that you have paid content on your video, etc.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just trying to turn off this tutorial that was trying to tell me how to go live on a scheduled live video. Oh my gosh. Glad you're still here after 4 minutes of stressing out. How's everybody doing? Thanks for the birthday messages, everyone. So, Maddie is just currently running out to the store. He was supposed to get something really quick, but he's a little late. So he said, just go on without me and I'll come in. I think he's trying to squeeze in a little trip to grab something to surprise me because we have been so busy that we haven't been able to leave the house because we've been packing pre-orders. I was editing the video like until 2 nights ago, like spending all-nighters trying to get the video out. Has everyone seen Bad News? Oh my gosh. Every time I watch it, even now, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't fit in that one thing I wanted to do. But, you know, that's how it works when you're creating. You're always thinking you can do better. But I really appreciate all the birthday messages today. And, you know, I've been getting a lot of texts from, you know, friends and family saying happy birthday. They're like, I hope you have a day to get pampered and relaxed. I'm like, do you guys know me? Like, album release week, there's no time to be pampered and relaxed. It is time to bust my ass as hard as possible to make sure the release works. So I was joking because I was asking Matt for my birthday. I was like, man, I need a better scale. I'm doing all these mailing for packages. I need a scale that has like a bigger, like light up, like reader. And that's like what I wanted for my birthday, not like, you know, typical like flowers and jewelry or anything, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, let me get to some of your questions. I'm glad you guys are watching Bad News. It was such a fun video to put together. And if you haven't yet, go over there, give it a little like or a comment. It means a lot. Acid Splash, Matt Trozy is the Red Skull. So Trozy and Oscar were playing the parents and I was playing the younger kind of child character in the video. What did I get for my birthday? I got a video release. Honestly, I don't care about gifts. I'm not a big gift person at all. You know, when they say those are the different love languages, I'm not really as gift oriented as I am acts of service, but yeah, what I got for my birthday is a lot of you guys pre-ordering the record, which is so badass. And if you haven't ordered yet, we still have copies here to send out, and Napalm Records has more copies, so please do it. And yeah, I've talked here. I'm just going to slow down the comments a little bit so I can read some of them. Bridget's wondering about my hair. The dye doesn't damage the hair, it's the bleach. So as long as you do the bleach properly and just bleach the new growth when it comes in, then the color is actually very conditioning to it. Yes. American Scream is asking about Bad News. The family portrait has 4 people and the family in the video has 3. Where's the 4th member? That's a good question. And if you guys look carefully, you'll realize the color of that taranot, and that is tragic. So yeah. So there's your little secret. I actually thought maybe I should just give away to one of you guys today that portrait of the family that's like drawn kind of like kid style. If you watch the video, there's like a family picture in the background. And I was thinking maybe one of you guys, I can do like a random selection of all your comments. If anyone comments, I'll do like a random selection, like count, like, you know, randomly scroll through and then click down, like get Matt to pick a number and just count down. And then whoever has that all message and send you guys the picture of everyone of the family. And we drew that, or I painted that literally moments before we filmed, and we almost didn't fit in the video because I was taking too long. The way that we run our video shoots is, you know, I'm frantically running around like a chicken with my head cut off because there's so many things to do. You know, I had to do the makeup on everyone, get everyone in wardrobe, set up the lights, set up the camera, you know, do all the little last minute set design things, get myself ready, kind of get into character, all those types of things. So it really is a crazy day. So some of those little details, I'm glad you catch because I did kind of push myself to get them in. And Yeah, but that's so nice. So many of you guys are joining me. It's so great to have you guys around for my birthday, even though it's kind of we're hunkered down here, still in lockdown in Ontario, and it's a little lonely, but it's good to see you guys come out and say hi. It means a lot. Yeah, a little birthday giveaway for you guys. Homer, I know you're from Texas, which obviously the rules are not the same in Texas, but because we're in Canada, we're in extreme lockdown. So only essential services and the borders are closed. So like even for instance, you might if you live somewhere else, you might think this is insane, but it's like very normal for us that even when we were packing your orders, we could not find a place that would sell us packing tape or Sharpies because those aren't essential items. So things like that, like Matt went to like 5 stores to find Sharpies because we needed more Sharpies to sign all of your pre-order packages. And yeah, it's pretty crazy here how strict it is. But yeah, so touring, I'd love to say that we could do it, but I don't know what the rules are going to be. And the province is saying we might go into a fourth wave because of the fact that the cases are not going down and we're not getting the vaccines fast enough. So, yeah, but that sucks. But I'll just keep talking about more positive things. Yeah. Ireland is still closed, Anna. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. So it is a weird time, but that's why we like focused ourselves into things like the music and the pre-orders and all that stuff. So thankfully mail is still essential. So you guys will still get your pre-order packages. So I appreciate that. And yeah, it's been insane here. Like I think I've pulled like, I don't know. I was laughing to Matt last night. I finally got to like wind down at 3:30 a.m. And I was like, wow, this is an early night for me. Cause usually I'm up to like 4 or 5 and then get like 5 hours sleep and back up at it. So it's an insane week, but yeah. Coma did help with packing the pre-orders as at first I was like, we're not going to get any dog hair in any of our packages, but if a dog hair slips in or two, I apologize. But yeah, that's unfortunately hard to keep Coma away. And yeah, some dog hair might fly onto a t-shirt. So just watch out, little Coma DNA for you. Oh man. Sweden is kind of calm here with restrictions. It's interesting. Yeah, different places, it's completely different situation everywhere. Yes. Good. I'm so glad that you guys are getting your packages and that you've pre-ordered. It means so much to us. It's really exciting because this record has been like such a long time in the making, as many of you guys know. And like finally getting to that point where we're like releasing everything is really exciting and also takes a weight off my back because I know so many of you have been waiting for so friggin' long. Like pre-order started at beginning of 2019, guys. So some of you guys have been hanging on there, and normally I would not have gone in so early if I knew that all this crazy stuff was going to happen in our lives. Usually I would be like a year max. Like I wanted to be like 6 months like lead up or 7 months lead up, put out like 4 or 5 singles and then drop the record. Like that would be my ideal situation. So the fact that you guys actually waited this long and I'm not getting like inundated with cancellations being like, screw you for making me wait so long for my order, you know, like I appreciate it so much. I've been pushing back doing other things because I was like, this record has to come out. So yeah, so it's going to feel really, really good. And I really want to thank you guys for being so patient, especially with the fact like we've had to manually, without help of people because we're in lockdown, we'd have to manually, you know, every single order has, you know, Oscar, Matt, or me on like that literally put it together. Like we are really working hard. And my brother even came through and I was having trouble coding one of the sites and he was like, oh, I'll figure this out for you. So it was really a team effort to make it work. So yes, if you're just tuning in, George, Matt is coming. He literally just left. He said, oh, I got to go out for something real quick before the live stream. And I was like, okay, being at my birthday, I know I didn't want to ask too many questions. I have an idea that I asked for what are they called again? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. A charcuterie board. Yes, I know it's fancy, but I was like, I haven't had like cheese and like crackers and like all those little like pickles and all those goodies. And I was like, that's all I want for my birthday, Matt. I just want to like have a nice glass of wine with like a charcuterie board, and then I'll be like a happy girl. So I have a feeling you may be surprising me with that. Kelly, it's so good to hear that you're listening to Octane Liquid Metal. So because Matt, usually when he gets here, I mean, I know him so well, but he's going to tell me to like not talk about all the little things that sometimes I go on and on about because I love talking. So I'm going to try to fit in all the stuff that he would probably make me stop talking about before he gets here. And one of them is that I wanted to explain to you guys about the pre-orders. So there's this one little caveat that happened in between when we launched the pre-order in 2019. Obviously, we got signed in between, so that changed things. But this governing body called SoundScan, which like records everybody's sales, like bands, like when you see a band chart or go to like Billboard or how many sales that they make, it's this company called SoundScan that collects all the sales data from all the bands and kind of like ranks them at like who is selling most. And in 2020, in October, they changed the rules that any music that's bought in a bundle no longer counts as a sale, which kind of sucks because I've been making all these awesome bundles for you guys, and all those sales don't necessarily count towards our standing in the charts. So I wanted to just do one last, oh, there he is. He's coming in with the beers.
Hey!
That's the party started.
What time is it? Am I obviously
15 minutes? No, 15 minutes. You're good.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Haven't seen you all day.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks.
He's been running around. There you go. Put the camera up.
Sorry.
He's been running around delivering packages, doing errands for me. I've
Crazy.
been holding down the fort here.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
I got a couple things I'll bring in and then I'll join you.
Okay, awesome. So I know it sounds crazy, but basically, I guess through a lot of bands trying to figure out ways to like sell more records, they'll do like, oh, you can only get certain items if you buy this, or the music comes free with like a t-shirt, and then people just want the t-shirt so bad, so then the record gets attached to the t-shirt even though they didn't really care about the getting like another copy of the record, for instance. Or people are just figuring out ways to game the system basically, and then the governing body like cracked down and was like, no more bundles. So basically, I'm trying to do one last plea as we're really, really close to release date, that if you guys have an extra $10 to just actually pre-order the record on a digital, what is this? Uh-oh. Pre-order the record on a digital platform like iTunes or Amazon. It just helps those sales numbers get up for us, because I feel like a lot of them aren't going to count because of how many people bought in the bundles. So it means a lot to me, guys, as it's the last day before release. If you do want to just give $10, that'll really make a difference in, our band hopefully getting some more success and some people taking notice, is to help those chart numbers up, since so many of them won't be counting because of the bundles. So it means so much to me. And let me just try to open whatever the surprise is. Oh my goodness. I don't want to like put it upside down. I have a feeling that if I keep it right way up, it'll be better for whatever's inside here. Oh no. Oh, cupcakes, guys. Oh my God. This looks delicious. Oh, happy birthday. Law's Passion #1. And anybody else sharing some birthdays with me? May 5th, Adele, born the same day as me, Whoa. Okay, this one I'm guessing is vanilla. It's a little, oh, that's so cute. This one's guessing caramel. Okay. And we've got carrot. It's got a little chocolate on there.
And I got you this charcuterie board if you want it.
Oh my gosh, look at that thing. That's
Good,
like
right?
the ultimate charcuterie board.
You like that?
How did you find that?
Huh? Pretty good, eh? I thought to
Oh
myself, I'm
my
going to learn what a charcuterie board is. Because you were like, get me a charcuterie board. So I went out and I like Googled it and was like, man, that's a lot of shit I got to buy and figure out. And then I just found somebody who could make it for us.
You're awesome, babe. Thank you. Aw, that's so sweet. Well, I gotta get eating, I guess. You know what you could start with, Matt, is just a glass of wine would be a good start, I think. And then maybe I'll save these cupcakes for dessert. How's that? That's a board and a half. It is, Adam. Yeah, geez. You ask for something, I get it, I guess. That's a good boy. Maddie, eh? Makes his girl happy. That guy David's back again trying to make me say things. I think he was here last time trying to cause some shit. So please tell me you guys will be leaking some track left off the album since we waited so long for it. Please. Okay, I'll have to ask Maddie about that. But I don't know how the sound is going to be coming through my computer, but maybe we can try. Oh, Cam's here, my brother. Everybody say hi to Cam. He was helping me code some stuff to help your pre-orders. So brother coming through. So make sure you guys give him a big thanks because I would have had to do a lot more manual work if it wasn't for him. Thanks, babe. Oh, I feel spoiled today. I'm going to take a sip. Cheers, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And it is a very special week. And thanks, Maddie, for hooking me up with some delicious food to snack on while we hang out.
You want the board out there right now?
Might as well. I mean, need to make a little more space.
No, leave it there. I got to figure it out. I got this figured out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, guys. Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I got some snacks. I got my favorite fans here to hang out with. I got my boy back from running errands. The video's already hit. Like how many hits? I'm just gonna go check it out. I know people so far are giving it a lot more love and less hate than some of the other videos, but that doesn't mean you guys shouldn't keep commenting and spreading the love here. Oh yeah, awesome. 11,000 views in the last 7 hours. Let's keep it going, guys. All you have to do is give a little comment. It really helps bump those algorithms up. So, and lets Napalm know that you're still loving the band, even though sometimes all those elitist metalheads don't understand what we're trying to do, but we appreciate that, guys. And yep, Cam is a great brother, helping me out when I'm in a bind. The drawing is awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, I've got a few of you guys that have sent me some amazing art for my birthday, and it is so awesome. I mean, just like the effort and time that is put into that kind of thing is
move over a little bit.
So awesome. So here we go. Oh, he's just wheeling it in.
Sampling.
Oh my God. Oh my.
Careful.
Oh my God. There's like figs in this. This is like full on fancy. I'm impressed with Matt right now. Oh my God. Okay, I got to bring the camera over here. So there's figs and grapes and cheeses and all different meats. Oh my goodness. I think this is like a jam or a jelly. I'm guessing like a fig jam or something. Oh my God. This is awesome. Well, I'm going to pop in maybe an olive and a grape and get going. Good. So, do you guys have any questions about the video or the making of the video or anything about the album? My phone, I'm just going to put on silent because I'm getting a lot of texts today, but yeah, it's going to be good. Lots of love today, which is nice. So my favorite song from the album is actually Bad News. I really love Bad News because I really love stuff that's very fast tempo. I always love fast tempo. And I always love stuff where I can put in the most lyrics because as a vocalist, I find it really fun to do interesting rhythms and really fast things. I love singing really, really fast and trying to get all the pronunciation in every single note when I'm singing. I really love that. I don't know why. It just feels really cool in my mouth. And I've seen a lot of people reference a heavy version of Gwen Stefani, and it's true. I've been doing a lot of interviews, and a lot of them bring up, the Gwen reference, and that's definitely a jumping off point for me. And I think people don't realize how influential that Just a Girl song was for a lot of young women that wanted to get into the rock space.
My favorite was Tragic Kingdom.
Yeah, Tragic Kingdom. 100.
That song, the actual song on the record was my favorite song. Mm-hmm. That was an awesome song. Welcome.
When's your new album coming out? Cameron, it's coming out Friday. So you have to pre-order now to get it in. Honestly, I was just telling everyone that this day and age is really hard to rise above the, you know, the crowd to try to get your music out there and to get on the charts. And I just was struggling in the last few weeks trying to make it so that your bundles that everyone's pre-ordered count for the sales. But anything that was sold as a bundle after the rules came in October 2020 doesn't count. So thank goodness we had at least a few of you that were able to jump on the train before that, before the rules changed about the bundles. And I was just telling everyone that if anyone has an extra, you know, $9.99 to spare, that sending it over to like an iTunes to pre-order or any digital retailer is going to like literally help so much to get those numbers back up to where I would hope that they would be. But yeah, it means a lot, guys. I know it's like, I don't always want to be like, oh, just buy the record a million times, but it is, you know, the last few days to make it really count for opening weekend. So if there's any time, if you haven't done it, you should do it now. Okay. And I'll stop talking about that. How did you do the mini U effect? So basically we're probably going to do a behind the scenes if we always do behind the scenes lately. We've been doing that. Matt's been editing all of them. He's been doing a great job. But yeah, so all we have to do is put myself on a green screen. So I redid my entire makeup look that I had done with the band, and Matt filmed me on a green screen, and we went through the video because we'd already filmed all the shots of all the Taranot family. And we went through each scene of the video that we wanted a little me to be in it. And we looked at the angle that the camera was on. So if the camera was kind of looking down from the side, then Matt would get up on a ladder and look down on the side to me on the green screen and try to match up exactly where, like what angle it should be. And then we film me on the green screen. And then I just take that version of me, take all the greens, the green gets removed and all that's left is an outline around my body. And then I put that into the scene, and then wherever the hands are that's holding me, I manually go in and I draw out like a big gap so that the hands can come through and just my body's like sticking out. And it's called masking in like the technical standpoint when you're trying to do that kind of thing in video effects. And so, yeah, it takes a lot of painstaking work because if you can imagine, the hands are moving, you know, they're not staying perfectly still, even though some scenes I'm trying to keep my hands really still holding the little me, but my hands are moving and then I'm moving within it. So you kind of have to like do it frame by frame really. But thank goodness that a music video is only so long, because if you had to do it for a movie, it would take a lot longer than just a music video. But everyone's like, nice twirl, Matt. What was that about? When you're standing there, you're like, oh, a chair. How did you come up with the taranauts? Yes, well, it's terror, not spelled like astronaut. And it was Matt came up with it because, because they were like terrifying astronauts. And the idea behind the taranauts comes from our first video where they appear, which is Danger, which is where the taranauts come in. And if you buy the Assassiners USB card, we have a whole video feature that I made about the evolution of the taranot and how the taranot came to be. And so on each of the USBs that we sell on our site for the 4 gangs, each ones have different features on each of the USBs that kind of talk about behind the scenes or kind of little scripted types of stuff. So hopefully you guys, if you got some of those USBs, that'll be kind of fun little Easter eggs for you guys to check out.
Oh, I feel like I'm totally out to lunch on the beginning of this conversation or what's going on. Uh-huh. I also feel like I'm stuck behind this charcuterie board.
So what did you do? You just called Fortino's and was like, can you make me one because I have no idea what I'm doing?
Yes, basically.
Because these are the biggest grapes I've ever seen in my life.
I was like, I thought I could I was like, I can handle this. And I just like walked in, and then first thing I thought just a charcuterie board was just a board. Mm-hmm. I didn't know there was actually stuff on it. So I found the board. And I was like,
you didn't know there was stuff on it. He was just going to bring me a piece of wood.
So I was like, oh, this is what she wants. She wants a board, like a piece of wood. I was like, and then I started seeing the pictures of what had to be on there. And I was like, I remember you saying this cheeses. Mm-hmm. So then I Googled it and thought I could grab all the ingredients and just make my own for you. But then you'd be seeing me do it, and I was like, that's going to be time consuming. And I just don't like time consuming things unless it's like to my advantage, I guess, that I like it. But like, this is not the kind of time consuming thing I like to do. So while I was doing it, one of the girls that were working there was like, are you okay? You seem lost. And I was like, I am lost. I don't know anything about these security boards. I need to make this happen pronto. And she was like, oh, well, you can order one here. And I was like, perfect, do it. And she's like, what do you want? I was like, what do you think? And she's like, oh, this is what everybody likes. And I was like, then do it. And she did. And she dropped everything. She dropped everything she was doing and hooked us up. So there you go.
The thing that we are missing, though, is some type of cheese knife so that I can cut some of these cheeses.
There you go.
Thanks, babe. So yes, you're right, Stephen. That if you buy any digital sales or if you buy music, any music now on our website will count towards sales because they're all individual. They're not part of bundles. And same with iTunes. But I just say iTunes because it's a lot, you know, for somebody who say has already bought a bundle and is like, oh, damn, I didn't know my sale is going to count. It's a lot cheaper to just do $9.99 than to like, than to, you know, buy a whole other CD if you already have one, you know?
The cheese knife?
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
What's this thing? What are those for?
I'm not sure actually. I know that is a cheese knife though, because it has holes in it.
What's the holes for? You put them in your fingers there like this, and you cut the cheese like this. It's for grating.
I don't know.
Does that seem?
That really, seems like those holes
really
are a bit
scary. Like how close your fingers are to the blade.
It seems like.
What else would it be for?
Yeah.
Anybody else got a reason why these holes are here?
I thought it was like to look like cheese. Like, you know, like
this
Swiss cheese.
Stinks. It's a very strong smelling.
Yeah, they went with the fancy shit. Like they went with like the very fancy cheeses. There was no expense spared.
Did you tell them how we've been so busy we didn't really think about your birthday too much until
last
night?
I was telling them how like literally you like gave me a half-eaten cookie, a slice of a cookie.
It had a candle in it.
Oh my god. That's good. Thanks, Maddie. The holes to hang it. Hello.
Hi, Kenny. Hi, Anna. Hi, everyone.
Oh, the points are to pick out the cheese cubes, they say.
Oh, see, that's awesome.
I don't know.
What about the holes? What about these? What are those for? What are those holes for? Anybody?
Break the surface tension so it doesn't stick to the knife. So when you cut through something, instead of it sticking to the knife, it falls off.
So smart. That's wicked. Of course. Cheese would be especially sticky like that.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah, that's sick. So definitely don't put your fingers in it. It's dangerous.
It is.
That was cool. I didn't think about that. Look at the size of these grapes.
They are massive.
What's going on with the farms around here?
The farms around here. What was the song that pushed you the most as an artist on the album? What do you think, Maddie?
The song that pushed us the most?
Yeah.
Oh, Sky and I were pushed. All of them were. There was some ups and downs. Okay, so Bad News actually almost didn't make the cut whatsoever. I was like not having it for the longest
My
time.
fave.
That one didn't. I was so against it. We didn't have a chorus that was good. I wanted to change the chords big time. This guy just kept rewriting it and waiting and trying. But that one, Cyclone, was another one I remember that we really took a long time to figure out, which is like one of my favorite ones. But yeah, everything's a little bit of a figuring out kind of game. And there's like once in a while you get one that just happens, and in like 5 minutes, one night you get this like gem that you're really happy with. But because we kind of try and have this kind of unique-y, weird, outside of the box, a lot of genres being bent into each other, there's a lot of room to overthink or like go this way or that way. So we do a lot of experimenting, and that's why sometimes we get some good hate too, is that we do a little too much experimenting maybe for some people, but I love it, and that's what we do. So it's a pretty big creative process the way we go through it.
Yeah. And I'm so excited because I just feel like at the beginning, and
150 people already hang out with us.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. I feel embarrassed. Hi.
Embarrassed? Why are you embarrassed?
Because I'm not on my game. Like I just was like,
you're just running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
At one postal place.
Oh my god, these things are huge.
Place. and it's just been a little bit chaotic. But I'm gonna have some drinks and just
I'm gonna
try to get my head in
cut the
game.
cheese. I'm not sure what these cheeses are, but that one looks really moldy, so I bet it's really good.
It stinks.
And there's also pecans. Mm.
What's that thing?
That's a fig, like a dried
What's this
fig.
thing? Look at that.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Look at it. It looks like a butt.
I hope you guys have your snacks too, because
Look at this gross. It looks like kind of like a butthole.
hey, it's just the end of a fig. You were just watching too much of that Fear Factor show where they have to eat disgusting things. That's why your brain's going there. 5:30 a.m. in Singapore. Thanks for coming.
Whoa, Singapore is with us. That's amazing. Also crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to go to Singapore. I've never been. I think Sky's been. Haven't you?
No, I've never been to Singapore.
I would give anything to try Singapore. That'd be so cool.
Oh, Nick, please say happy birthday to your daughter for us. That's awesome.
Same birthdays?
No, yesterday was her birthday.
Happy birthday, Nick's daughter.
I know you guys are anxious for touring, but I'm going to tell you, as I've told you before, as soon as we have something confirmed, you guys will know as soon as possible. We are just, like I said, a little bit,
Hey, did everybody see the video? Have you talked to them about our video?
Yeah, the video. Yeah. Bad news. I told everyone they need to watch it. And if they haven't, they need to stop everything, even this live stream, and go check it out.
Yeah, if you're watching, we'd love it if you just hit the share button. Make sure people know about it because, you know, we're trying to get the news out there. Get it?
Get the bad news out there.
Get it? Man, I need a beer.
Yeah, that's crazy. My birthday is the 16th, and you're going to turn 30. That's a big one.
I haven't even put it online myself that we've got the video out.
I know. It's been
my
a crazy.
phone's about to die.
I was trying to think. I might have to like count how many places, because I haven't been posting as much on my Sky Sweetnam pages because I've been so, you know, busy doing it all on the Sumo Cyco pages, that I was actually thinking if I counted how many places, like how many individual places I need to post a video or a link every time something comes out. It's like you've got all the social medias for each account plus 2. I send it because the guys won't post anything if I don't send it to them.
Move this charcuterie board over.
Yeah, move it over.
So I don't feel like I'm in the background.
Yes, of course. Come on in here, Maddie. Woo!
All right. This is perfect. Hi, everybody.
He wants to see all the questions because he can't read them from far away.
Shut up.
That's why he's looking at it like an old man, like with his face on.
I don't need it that bad. I was sitting so far away. That's not fair. Okay, come on back. I still can't see them. They're so small.
Yeah, so I think the next time we go live, we downloaded this thing that'll like let us go live on like all platforms.
Are we doing that right now?
No, it was just YouTube.
Couldn't figure it out.
I couldn't figure it out that fast.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
She always does that. This is where the last minute thing that you're like, oh yeah, I got this, blah, blah, blah. Won't be a problem.
I'm actually
famous last words for Scott.
I actually work really well under pressure. I do.
No, you work under pressure. Not well under pressure. You just work under pressure all the time.
The results are amazing. The being around me while it's happening, not so great.
Horrible. Horrible. Not working well under pressure. Just working under pressure.
Oh, Victoria. So Victoria is an awesome girl that I met. She's from our local area, so I've met her at a few local shows, and she just did a makeup tutorial for Vertigo. So everyone should go check it out. Victoria, you should put a link in there if it'll let you. It's a link to your YouTube channel, so everyone can see your tutorial.
The dog can smell the funky cheeses.
Yeah, she's like so hungry.
You want to go outside?
I don't know what. I'm not actually sure what cheese everything is. There's no labels on it, so I'm not that much of a connoisseur to know like what I'm eating or whatever.
They're all stinky.
So
that was complete coincidence, Steven. Although it worked out pretty cool that he was asking if we meant to release bad news on your birthday.
Yeah.
I mean, when Napalm gave us a schedule that they thought would work for us, we said yes to it. So Scott obviously saw it and was like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be my birthday. I'm gonna be busy that day too."
Yeah. So the one
But
thing
we didn't plan it, right?
Yeah, the one thing that Napalm, like I usually say, like Napalm's been super cool with letting us have our visions. Like the bad news video, they had no idea what the video was going to look like until I sent it to them like the day before.
Oh my God, I don't even know what they think of it. They could be just like, what the hell is this band doing? Honestly, I'm like, it's one thing that Sky and I've never really thought about, where we're just like, they're so fine with us doing our work, but we don't, like, a lot of bands discuss things with the labels where they're like, what do you think of this? Do you think we should go this way or that? And we like haven't done any of that. We just keep doing things and then sending to them. And all we get back is like, okay. And I'm like, is that an okay with a like an exclamation point or okay with like a question mark? Like,
yeah, it's been funny. Like
we haven't got our manager calling us and giving us trouble.
Yeah,
so
that's a good sign.
There we go.
Yeah. We don't know, George, how many we're going to end up making for this record. I know that we're not done yet, though. And we're just going to keep going until we run out of time or...
Oh, yeah, well, with COVID right now, without being... I know that tours are starting to come out. We're seeing shows starting to kind of be announced. But, like, we have to be realistic that it doesn't mean that that's actually going to happen. It means that everybody's putting it in place so that if all the inoculations and vaccines go right and everything's in place, that it will happen. But the truth is once they do a big number count, you never know for sure. So we're in that place that there's been 2 tours offered to us. We've said yes to both, but we have no clue if it's going to happen or not still. We're waiting for everybody to tell us what's going on. In the meantime, when Sky and I just thought the only way we're really going to keep spreading as much as we can, as wide as we can, and it's by making our videos. This is what we did. This is how we started our band. This is how we got to meet you guys in the first place. Was we spent 2 or 3 years just making singles and these crazy videos, and now we at first we were a little whack about it. We were just like, oh man, no more touring. But lately we've really started to embrace that. We're just like, oh man, it's just like when we started again, where it's like, let's make as many music videos as we can. It's actually been pretty enjoyable. It's a lot of work, but it's been enjoyable having this much content, like these many videos that we can put together. Yeah.
Usually I would like to say a good timeline for me to not feel stressed is to have the idea starting in month 1, develop the concepts and the like locations during that month, and then film it at the end of the month so that I have a whole month before release.
So about a 2-month process.
So that I get to edit for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks before it drops, I hand it off so that we can properly plan the release. But with the schedule we're trying to keep up with Napalm it's a video a month, guys. So that is, like, to me, an insane amount of work to do each month on top of everything else that we have to do as a band.
Why did they squish the sever but not the spider? Did you see the size of the spider?
That ain't an easy squish.
So our friend Ryan Russ sent me a video of his kids watching Bad News on their Oculus. Is that what they're called?
Oh, yeah.
And they're really cute. They're just so like, oh, that giant spider just took their mail. And I just killed myself when I heard it. I was like, that is so funny that this kid's just like, whoa, the spider's taking the mail. Like, that's what the kids tell you.
That's what they think, that the spider's interested in.
Yeah, he's like, these spiders are coming for their mail. He's like, this is great. I love the kids, how kids love that stuff. But they were really liking it.
Oh,
they liked
that's
all the
so
color.
cute.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Jared is asking if we had a favorite moment when touring with Ginger.
Oh man.
I have a couple fun moments that we had with Vlad and I getting trashed together. It was great.
Yeah, there was some, you know what, that was like, there was just not any rough times on that tour for us. Like, we didn't really, besides when we had a bus breakdown for about 4 days, we had to switch vehicles. But like, we just had great night after great night with those people. They were really welcomed us in. The band was amazing. The crew was amazing. I don't know. We did the drunken bowling night with them. That was pretty fun too. I don't know. We partied with them pretty good. I remember
when we were playing soccer.
Lots of barbecues, lots of soccer.
Yeah, we played. Yeah. Remember we were playing soccer, and there was this, like, the venue we were at, I think it was Pittsburgh, and there's like this massive hill behind the venue.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, it was even more incentive to like catch the ball, because if it goes down the hill, you have to chase it all the way down the hill and grab it and bring it up. I remember
the chicken wing place. We're talking about the chicken wing place. He's talking about the chicken wing place. That's a huge hill there.
Yeah, and I remember that was really fun.
Yeah, the whole crew, everybody had soccer game that night.
And there was a couple party nights with all of us that were really great.
There was one party night that Sky was carried back to our bus from Ginger's crew because she was so out of control that they were like, this girl's got to go to bed. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
New York was wild.
They're pretty good guys.
I don't remember it, but it was wild. Yeah.
And also just the awesome shows every night were pretty
New York was wild because it was somebody's birthday. Was it Toddy's or Roman? Somebody's birthday.
It was Roman's birthday, I think.
Yeah. Anyways, it was a big party there too. That was pretty good.
Yeah. And most embarrassing birthday story. I don't know. Do I have an embarrassing birthday story? I can't think. I have so many embarrassing stories. I just don't know if it happens on my birthday.
I don't know. There's quite a few nights that I've had to deal with Sky when she's almost unconscious because of her birthday drinking, but that's everybody, isn't it? I know one birthday Sky left me in the cold until like 6 a.m. and I fell asleep in my backyard and she just left me there.
I couldn't get you up. No matter what I tried, I was not strong enough to get you, and you were not having it. You just wouldn't budge. And at one point, I just there's only. It was
November 14th. She left me sleeping outside in a lawn chair in the winter. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, good times. Okay.
We miss you too, Leah.
Oh, sorry, I went back too far, and now I'm rereading all this stuff that we've already gone through.
Comb is stealing the show.
Yeah, she is.
She's great in the video. What do you guys think, huh? Here's the real deal: is the dog. She's our best friend, and she's the last one. We had 3 dogs. She's the last one. They all got old and passed away, and she's actually 12. She looks like a pup. She still lives really energetic, but she's actually 12. So unfortunately, we're just 100% loving every day we have with her, but we don't know when she won't be around necessarily. Knock on wood, hopefully it'll be like another year or 2 at least. Mm-hmm. But it was really fun with this wacky video because we didn't say let's get a dog in it. We just went upstairs with this guy, had this idea of the taranot family watching the TV, similar to Bystander, like it's like a different family watching what's kind of going on outside. And the dog just won't leave Sky alone. Like she just wants to be beside Sky all the time. That's how she lives. And she just jumped into the video and started doing it. And Sky was like, out. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It just looks like a family with a dog. And I was like, okay.
It was a happy accident.
I just thought it really made me I'm like super happy that we have something that kind of encaptures our pup and how she lives with us. And
yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So Colby wants to suggest some bands to us, or wondering if there's new bands that we've heard of that we like, but we're down. We've been so in our own worlds that we haven't been listening to a lot of new music lately, but we definitely love a lot of bands. And if you guys are curious, like what I'm listening to, I have a playlist on Spotify called Sever's Current Mood. And I just, every time that I'm on Spotify and there's a song that I like, I just add it to that playlist. And so if you're curious of like some of the stuff that I'm listening to, you can check that out.
Do you think your songs will make it racing video games to the near future? Because it's exciting for me. It would be good in racing games. I mean, we are lucky that we have a publishing company that's working with the band. I don't hold my breath on any of that. Not that I don't think our publishing company cares. I just think that there's just so much music out there. I don't kind of hold my breath going, I hope a video game comes our way, but it would be amazing to have one.
Yeah.
I know there's
100%.
like a bunch of bands that we love right straight up from us playing PlayStation, and
that's one thing that we haven't, we don't directly have the connections to make those things happen. That kind of has to happen through a publisher that has the connections with like the movie companies and video game companies. So, but yeah. And then Brett saying we have so much older stuff and it's amazing that people haven't heard. Can Napalm help push that or try to get that stuff on satellite radio? So 2 parts here. So when we release that music independently, that is owned by us. When you have a record label, they sign you for that record, and then
Napalm would have to pay us a bunch of cash.
So Napalm would have to pay us to own those records, and then they now, any income from those records, they get a percentage of.
So what it really means is if this record does enough on Napalm and we get enough stir and Napalm's happy enough, that eventually, well, the first thing that they would do is talk a second record, because that's our kind of what we have worked out, is if it works out, we'll do another one. But after that, it would be most likely as we grew, if they liked it enough, they would probably ask us about the back catalog. And we don't know what we do there. We're not going to worry about it, though. We just like the fact that people keep discovering us. You can go back to the back catalog, and that's still ours. We're doing that on purpose. We want to make sure we hold on to that, unless it's
Normally they say if you can own all of your music, that's a really good thing for the future if something gets really successful, because instead of having to split the profits with, a huge company,
we can own the back.
You own it yourself. And that's why people
It's a long game. You're playing a long game right here, right? This is half the reason why we signed with Napalm, is that we're trying to expand the family and meet more people. And by doing so, we're hoping that family and the new people will want to go back into our catalog and go, hey, there's all this other stuff from this band. Look at all this stuff. And I mean, we've had some, we're getting some good emails and people discovering us just now, and I see them go, hey, we just discovered you, and we didn't realize there was all this back catalog, and that's pretty cool. I actually think I've done that before, where I've run into a band where I'm like, I didn't even know anything about them, barely knew them, fell in love with them, checked it out, and then found there was all this back catalog. And what a great world to go back to when you discover something like that. It's just, anyway.
Thanks.
So we're playing the game. We're playing the game, trying to figure it out.
Your videos are super fun to watch. Thanks, Adam. Do you guys want to become mainstream? JC's wondering. Mainstream.
I don't know what's mainstream anymore. I mean, it's 2021. You put your video on the internet. If it does well, people pay attention. If it gets on radio, it gets on radio.
My opinion is that I think rock needs to be more mainstream. And for years,
at least, it is. There's lots of rock that's mainstream.
Yeah, but not like in super pop culture the way that it was when I was growing up, where you would see System of a Down, then a Britney Spears video right after it because it was still that popular.
That's true.
Whereas now it's like we obviously don't have MTVs anymore, but those two things are now so dissociated with each other. It's like you're either, a pop fan or you're all over here in the rock world. And
bye, Cat.
And to me, it's all about bringing the worlds together. And our music is obviously about bringing different genres together. So I'm very much a fan of let's cross all the different things together and try to get as many people into heavy music, because I've discovered it in a way that's opened up my world and brought so much joy and fun into my world. And I want to give that to other people. It's like a gift of music is the best thing you can do, is introduce someone to a band that they fall in love with. I mean, that's like when I find a band that I love, it's like the best thing ever. And then you just dive into everything that they do, It
is true.
And you guys do a video for This Dance is Doomed. He's just wondering, Neil was wondering.
Which Neil? Where
Neil
are we?
Lewis.
Neil, how goes it? Yeah, I want to do one for Dance is Doomed. I have a couple. I have a couple plans that I want to pivot. I have this whole idea of we have to pivot. We always have to pivot. I never want to just stay to plan. So we got to get on the phone with our Napalm and just ask what do you guys see as, what do you need from us, and what are you thinking? And then I'm going to throw them all what we're thinking. I definitely do not want to try and get a video done by the end of this month, but they might tell us to try and do it. I have a plan that I'd like to try by June-ish. I want to try and get one out, and I wanted it to be Dance is Doomed, but there's a couple other things. There's another one I'm going to talk about this pivot idea with you.
Okay.
We'll see. I think that there's a bunch of them on there. There's that one. I like Overdrive, I think still. There's a talk about that one. MIA was talk about. Napalm said we really like that one. It's we're trying our best to try and make them as fast as we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lots we can do, but it's just about kind of now that we've reached a milestone like a record release, which it's just like any goal you have. It's like you work so hard, and that date's in my head, like May 7th. Everything's got to be done by May 7th. Got to do this, and then once May 7th happens, then you're like, okay, now what? And then we look at each other.
But we can.
Like,
we can take. I think we can afford to take, because the truth is that we've been so swamped that we're not even online half the time doing some of the extra stuff that I think we like to do to be able to connect with people and promote. We've had a bunch of great reviews already, a couple of shitty ones, but a bunch of really good ones from some great companies. And I don't even know if we've got too many of them out yet. Some great interviews too. We've just been so swamped working the store. And so now that the store's kind of got most of it done, I think that, we can take a couple of days where we just get to be involved with the world again.
Yeah.
And then we'll start talking about what we're going to do.
And to get a full night's sleep would be very nice.
Yeah. In about 3 or 4 days, ask us what we're going to do with music videos, and then we'll tell you.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know right now. Although I really like when my hands come close to the screen like this. I feel like it looks awesome. It feels like I'm in a music video right now.
Oh my God.
I need another beer.
So I'm just going through some more of your questions. Yes, you can probably expect some more Sever Versus shirts. If you have all 4, that's awesome. We have the bear, the shark, the tiger, and the spider available. And if you guys have suggestions for other animals that you'd like to see me battle on a t-shirt, I'm sure we can make that happen. And thanks for more happy birthday messages, guys. I don't want to just glaze by those like it doesn't matter. It really means a lot to me.
It's your birthday. That's why we're on here. What we were going to
And-
do is a birthday party on Friday night when the record gets released. Is that what we should do? Do you guys want to party Friday night? Is everybody around? Does anybody want to do that?
I think we should definitely do another live stream.
Are we chicken wings and top hatting it on Friday night? How's it going? Does everybody have a top hat we could wear? We'd have to
Oh
find
my
top
gosh,
hats.
even you have to make one, especially in COVID where you can't
Paper top hats
buy
and chicken
one.
wings on Friday
It's
night.
not an essential service that it's a top hat store.
How would you do you guys want to do a listen through of the record together?
Yeah, that'd be
How do
sick.
you do it? Do you just put it on here? We just put it on the background
Yeah.
while we're talking?
Yeah,
Well, I think we could probably do
that'd
something
be
like
sick.
that.
Kenny Hoffman was wondering if there was any sneak peeks of the record that he could hear right now.
Nope.
Oh, Matt's answer is no. We gotta wait.
Come on,
till-
Kenny. We just gave you 4 songs.
Just a new one
4
today.
songs and 4 videos in the past 4 months. I mean, no band has done that, I don't think, in the past 4 months, have they? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to, it's not even a brag thing. I just don't know too many bands that are dropping video by video every single month.
Yeah.
That's part of our shtick. And now you're like, hey, can I get some more? Give me a break, man. One day, Ken.
Christina's got
Jeez,
a
buddy.
good question that everyone should know. What songs can we request on our local stations? All the new singles. Well, right now, technically, the way that it works is when you release a song to radio, which means that you officially release a song to radio, which a lot of people don't realize that a lot of bands, in order to get played, you have to kind of officially attack all these stations in a way where it gets uploaded to a certain server and it has all this information as part of it. It's a whole
Vertigo.
thing.
Just say Vertigo. The
Vertigo
song
is the song.
Vertigo. Ask for Vertigo or Bystander sometimes, but Vertigo is the one that we pushed to radio more than any of them because it's a little bit more commercial friendly. We knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why kind of we were writing it. So that's Sky's trying to get to the short end of the stick is Vertigo. If you've got a chance, ask for Vertigo or
It means a lot.
Bystander because it's got some good play.
I actually
It's
got
still getting played at Liquid Metal. It's been there for like almost 3 months now or
Mhm.
something. Jose Mangan hooked us up big time.
this morning. The
It's been
label
getting
sent over.
Primordial radio. I mean, I could just go off about. We're getting lots of good spins from lots of good support from lots of good people. But when it comes to just traditional rock radio that's in every city, Vertigo has definitely been
the way to go.
pushed towards all of them. Yeah.
And that helps the best. And if you notice on our Facebook Fans Unite page, there's been a few different stations that have had voting polls to see if like
Oh my god.
It kind of sucks because I feel like you
Just
guys are
give me a
doing such
fucking
a
break.
good job.
Especially after like 2 or 3 times where they're like, "Oh, this is the 3rd week they're fucking blah blah." I'm like, "Give me a fuck." Oh, fuck.
Just add us to your station at this.
You're basically
point.
just clicking, trying to get everybody there. It's just like I appreciate everybody supporting and doing that. Last thing I want to do is belittle it. It's amazing you guys care, but it sucks that they can't just go, hey,
This
after
is a
at
good
least
song.
after the 2 wins, maybe we should just add the fucking band. Oh, let's see what else we can do. It's called just pulling everybody along. It's just annoying, is what it is. Fuck, man. It's fucking pissy about that shit.
So that answers your question, Christina. I really do appreciate that you even care enough to request the song because it does really help us.
Sever versus Octopus. That would look
It's cool. Edward is wondering what's the fastest turnaround we've ever done for a music video, and that is Undefeated.
undefeated.
Yeah, so Undefeated, we literally knew we had to do a video it had to be edited, completed within 1 week. I think even less than that, like 5 days. And we had
We had a tour. We had a tour coming.
Uh-huh.
And we were like, we need to up the tour promotion. That was our reason why.
Yeah.
And we had Undefeated. And we loved the song. And we didn't, we don't really play by rules. We were like, there's no record or anything. We were like, this is just a great single. And we were like, why don't we release a new song before we go on tour so that the people that are coming to see us on tour get to hear a new track? And it's just, we feel like that's more exciting. And we had 7 days to do it, right? About 6 days.
So we found a location and literally we went there and Matt and I just like explored this location and we thought about how do we make a video that has the least amount of edits.
And what was cool is
Because-
we shot it the day before. You and I with no costumes.
Yeah, with no costumes.
No nothing. Sky,
Just our
I
iPhone.
just took my iPhone and I literally shot that whole video with Sky. We took about 8 or 9 hours not even, probably 6 hours
Mhm.
to walk through all our ideas. And we shot the whole thing. And then the very next day, we just came back and shot it all again, but with the costumes and everybody in place. But we knew exactly what we were trying to get done. So it went real fast. Sorry, keep explaining.
Yeah, so we basically knew that editing is one of the most time-consuming parts of a video
Pretty much
process.
the most.
So we thought if we can come up with a concept that there's hardly any editing, we do big long shots that go in one take and then we cut and then a big long shot. It's going to make the editing process go so much faster. So because we had planned that out, I literally called Oh, what's her name? Who helped us with the choreography?
Lucy.
No,
Yeah, I thought it was.
I don't think it's Lucy. Sorry, I forget your name, babe, if you're ever out there. But we did like choreography for the dancers in like literally 2 days.
Lou or something. Lou.
We did the choreography in 2 days. Lacey. Thank you.
Of course we know her.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. We're getting old.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lace.
Sorry, Lacey. Lacey, and we basically she pulled that choreography with her friend right out of I was like, hey guys, are you around like this weekend to do like some dancing in a video? And it just like worked so well. And then it was just like Trosy couldn't even make it because it had snowed the day before we were supposed to shoot, and he was on snowplow duty. So we had so we had to call in a drummer like literally a day before. And I was like, who can I call right now to come in? We have to film this thing. So it was
and
like
Fran Ludicar knew somebody. Fran's like, I know somebody.
Yeah.
And he was cool. Joey just like showed up and was like, yeah, I know the song. It's great.
Yeah, totally. So
but that's how we work. We were like, we can't cancel. No matter how much Tros wasn't available, we'd already made our plans and what we were doing before we leave the country.
Yeah.
So we're like, dude, we got to do this. Yeah. And that's why we have a weird drummer or a different drummer in one video randomly.
It has happened before.
Oh, yeah. This is
Shout out to
we've had like 4 drummers or something.
Yeah.
We're Spinal Tap, y'all.
Yeah. Even though you've been around longer, do you think the popularity of someone like Poppy could possibly help your style reach more people?
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see. You know what I'll be interested to see is if Poppy does another record like this.
Right, because she's changed.
Yeah, you
styles a lot.
We'll be interested to see what she does next.
Yeah.
You know, if you go check out what she did before this, it was nothing the same, right? So I feel like she's jumping around doing producers the way a lot of pop artists do, where they're like trying, experimenting lots in different ways. Will be interesting to see if she does another record the same way. And if so, then it will start just like what we're trying to do, opening up a bit more to people because we're a little bit more commercial. Matt, every stream you interrupt Sky constantly. It's fucking annoying. Sorry.
I tell him that all the time. It's all good. He's just a very passionate person. When he's got something on his mind, he's got to say it. I've learned that's just how he works.
Mm.
I'm at work,
sorry,
so
it's so fucking annoying.
I can't watch for long, but I hope your release on Friday goes super well. Thank you so much for even popping in. It's awesome. Jay, thank you. I think my vinyl pre-order for a couple of the Ultimate Fan Edition from Napalm might have been mailed out today. That's great. That's good. Hopefully everyone receives their orders okay. If there's any issues, guys, with the Napalm store, you can email them directly. With stores for us, you can email us directly. Eat is similar to her I disagree stuff, someone's saying about Poppy. We have not been vaccinated yet. Unfortunately, we are too young right now. We haven't reached the threshold yet. So right now in Ontario, they have certain people that can be vaccinated in each postal code. And for our postal code, we can't be vaccinated until we're over 50 right now. So, Speaking of Spinal Tap, do you know the British band called Bad News? We don't, actually. Huh. Matt, where did your makeup looks go? I'm not sure what that means. I don't know. Oh, from the earlier videos, maybe?
They were just part of the videos.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Dan. I can't wait for Friday either. Yes, and we would, Courtney, yes, we would press the back catalog on vinyl maybe eventually. I think so. That would be a good idea. Sorry, Matt. I feel like after that one comment, you like, shut up.
No, it's good. I'll make sure that I just stay right here and not have a conversation with everybody.
No, you can go for it.
No, why bother? People are annoyed. No point.
Aw, Maddie, come on.
No, we got winners on there.
I was wondering that too. Recording the album has gotten new ideas to try. Well, I think like anybody, when we write a new song, like it brings a whole new energy and we get super excited about it. And then that's like the one we're excited about is like the new stuff. So because we haven't been writing, we've been just focusing on the release. We haven't jumped in the studio lately. And I know we've been dying to. We've just been so busy that we haven't gotten to it. And then eventually in the coming weeks, I'm sure Matt's really stoked with his new Dean guitar. So he's been riffing up riffs in between our busyness and sounding really cool.
I'm trying to come up with new stuff.
And if you guys have questions about like touring, if we'll tour with this band, like you mentioned, Powerwolf, all those types of things, we don't have anything we can announce yet. And when we do, like I said, we will do it 100%. We do want to get out there, but it's just, it's COVID.
It's pretty whack right now. Unfortunately, it really is.
Yeah. Come unglued and upset due to COVID conditions in Canada. What the officials are going to do to respond? Yeah, it's a pretty crazy situation right now. It's obviously we're not in the clear. It's a long process here, just like everywhere. I enjoy watching your band gain more and more attention. You guys are getting more fans. Would you guys consider testing the waters by doing a small headline tour and see how it would go? I would support. Angelo, are you talking about in the States? Because we have done headline tours in UK. We just haven't jumped the gun in the States yet.
Yeah, Angelo. I mean, we talk all the time. I know Angelo. He's, actually right now would be the time if we weren't doing COVID that I would be like, hey, it's probably time for us to start thinking about doing a small club run and see if we can headline a small club run and be realistic. Without COVID, that's pretty hard. Or with COVID in, it's pretty hard to do that. But it's something that we'll have to start thinking about doing that but America is so vast. It's so big. If you don't have, the right pull yet, it could actually cost you a lot more. Like it can end bands' careers when they try to cross a country that vast and how much they've invested to make sure that they cross the country. And if they don't get it sold right, it can screw a band. So I'm pretty careful about just sending us straight across America. That's why we started in some of the European places. In UK, we were like, this is a smaller country. We can shoot across, see how it goes, kind of test the waters, which it's been great for us over there. And America's been amazing as we tour. Every time we go, we meet more and more people. And I kind of like still being with bands that we, kind of take us under their wings a bit. And me just being like, oh my God, all the weight's on us right now. That's a little scary. But
yeah, I think that some people don't understand that how much more pressure is on a band when they're a headline versus when they're an opener. When they're an opener, it's kind of like you get the best of both worlds. You get to play for new people because most of the time, a lot of the people are coming to see the headliner. And on top of it, you're not directly responsible when a show doesn't go so well because they're like, oh, the headliner wasn't drawing enough. And it's not all the weight is put on you as an opener. On top of the fact you have shorter sets, so you don't have to do as long of the show. So you get off stage earlier, you get to pack up earlier, and then you just get to enjoy yourself for the rest of the night instead of getting off stage and then having to pack up really fast and then leave to the next town. So there's some definite perks about being like an opener band sometimes, but then obviously the reward when you do headline is that you're looking out on a crowd of people that all know the words to your songs and all know every word. So it's a double-edged sword. There's good things about both. I really feel like one of the reasons why we signed with Napalm is to grow, is to find more people, to initiate more people into our world. So that's why for me, like playing opener gigs is a really good way to find new fans. And that's why we really enjoy it. So my ideal situation is like to alternate, right? Like you do an opening one and then you headline, and then you do an opening one and then you headline. So you're constantly building new fans, and then those fans come to your headline gigs and you just keep building like that. That was a long explanation. So for those of you guys just tuning in, it's been an hour now. Thank you guys for hanging with us. If you've been with us the whole time, we now have 160 people. So we're growing. Thank you guys for tuning in. It is a birthday celebration. Matt hooked me up with an awesome charcuterie board. I actually should bring that over here so I can eat it more. And cupcakes and wine. So I'm just enjoying the fact that we hit a milestone today by getting bad news out there, even though the record's coming out on Friday. It feels good. And also, I would love to just thank you guys, to everyone who's pre-ordered the record. If you haven't pre-ordered yet, it is the time to do it right now. I think Matt's getting another beer for himself. And yeah, and we're like 2 days away. It's so crazy. I can't believe that it's finally come, and just a lot of hard work. I mean, some of these videos we filmed back in 2018, 2019, and I was just saying how you guys have waited so long. Hidden Mouse, it's your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. Yeah, it sucks with not touring, but we're still pushing ourselves to do all these videos for you guys. What recording software do you guys use at home? Cubase or what? Ian is wondering. That's a Matt question.
What's up?
They want to know what recording software you use at home.
Pro Tools. Pretty simple.
Yeah. 48 hours and the vinyl is mine, Steven says.
It won't be there in 48 hours, will it?
I don't know. They have to check their tracking if they got tracked packages. So yeah, this time we sent out some of the packages with a new service that adds in tracking on some of the orders. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that means more people not bugging me about when is it coming, because I get a lot of those emails. And I try to just calm people's fears and be like, guys, don't worry, just taking a little longer, COVID and all the types of craziness that comes along with that, less flights going out of Canada to all your destinations and things like that. So yeah, so it's all about just being patient. It'll come.
Can't wait for the wristband. We have wristbands that we were sending. Oh, we sent the free wristbands. That way.
Yeah, from the last stream. Is that what you mean? IFD Medic?
If for some reason we missed giving a free wristband out to anybody because last time it just kind of went off the rails a bit, feel free to email us and I'll make sure that gets fixed as well. I think we did. Sky was writing them down once it started happening.
Yeah. You guys caught me off guard though, because Matt's like, free wristband. And then I'm like, free wristband for everybody. And then it just kind of snowballed.
It was funny, actually. It was amazing. You guys supported huge on that one.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I just burped because I was drinking beer.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are excited. I mean, it's been so much work, and I want to give a shout out to the boys and to Francesca Ludicar, who is working really hard on the Nonpoint stuff, as you guys have seen. Nonpoint's doing a new release and stuff, so she's really.
Oh yeah, tomorrow Nonpoint's gonna do a new song, Ruthless. Check that out tomorrow.
I think it's today, actually.
Oh, I think it's tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow maybe. It was one of these days. I knew that they were like releasing the same.
Fran knows us too well. She would have been like, "I'm not doing it on the 5th. You guys should do it the next day."
I think they are doing it on the 5th.
No, it's tomorrow.
I know they're playing like the wrestling tonight, which is
the song gets released tomorrow.
Okay. How is the collab with Benji of Skindred? Did that bring more reggae rock influence to you guys? Well, before the collaboration happened, I was already a massive fan of Skindred. I think a lot of people know that band was really influential, and Matt's got a little, yeah.
I don't even know if I'm right.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to grab the new Roots Rock Riot vinyl that we got. So anyway, no, I've always been a big fan. So that has always been an influence from the beginning of Sumo Cyco. And Matt, if you guys don't know, was in a reggae rock band before Sumo Cyco started. So the reggae side of Sumo Cyco has been a long part of our history as a band. And also Matt plays in like a Bob Marley cover band. And there's just a lot of reggae influence on top of No Doubt being one of the big influences. But it's almost like doing that collab with Benji was like, it just really solidified to me how cool it was that that I got the stamp of approval meant a lot. I think it did a lot for my confidence too, to feel a little endorsed by someone that I had, admired so much, to be like, if he feels like it's cool enough to jump on a track, then, then I got to just keep going. And Benji's been really a cool guy and has done things like come on stage with us and invited me on stage with them. So it's really cool when your people that you admire end up being really actually awesome to you. And, and that's one thing that I try to pass on down the line to you guys, is that I never want there to be a situation where you kind of, meet somebody that maybe that you love their music and then they just end up being kind of like shitty. So I'd rather try to, as much as I can, try to give you guys that positive vibes, because the way that Benji did to me really changed my perception of how they say not to meet your idols. And I'm like, well, meet them if they're cool, because maybe they'll be really awesome to you. Casey's wondering if she could play music on Twitch streams, any way you spread the word. And yeah, everyone should check out Dodger. Jenny, you're right. It's really cool.
Let's just say Nonpoint. New song available on all streaming platforms May 6th.
Ah, Matt was right.
Jesus.
Well, Rob did message me today, actually, for my birthday. It was very nice.
Does air tonight on the wrestling show, whatever that is. But the actual song is out. And I love the band, so I pay attention, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting dissed a little too much on this fucking podcast thingy, whatever we're doing. telling me to shut the fuck up, A, and then telling me I'm wrong on my fucking dates. I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Getting grumpy now. Where's my beers?
My birthday.
Did you see me throw my phone? You missed that.
Oh, I missed the
really
phone.
Funny. I did this whole
Damn.
thing.
It's caught on camera though, so people we can
I'm just
replay
fucking
it.
around.
Matt should be like a meme. Was like whenever you get like angry at something, it's just like him like looking like this and throwing his phone over his shoulder, just being like, "Let's go."
I think it's such like a drop the mic move. You prove it and you throw it, but it really
basic.
But it can be really cost effect, like really bad cost wise to like make your point look good. You're just like and then you're just like fuck. There goes another phone. Especially if you're on a boat. Never do it on a boat.
Never do it on a boat. Never do it on a boat. Because phones don't float. Never do it on a boat.
Yeah.
Oh my god. If you guys know Matt, you get his intense brooding.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just say this
personality.
quickly. Whoever it was that told me to shut the fuck up, just shut the fuck up back. Just get off here. I don't give a fuck who you were. Somebody that's that rude, just fuck off. Sorry. Now I'm feeling better.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Yeah.
I'm curious how the new album will work live with more than an emphasis on the dance hall side over the guitars. Have you had a chance to rework songs to play live?
What's going on?
Rob just wants to know how the songs will translate. And with more of an emphasis on the dance hall side over guitars, have you had much to rework songs to play live? I'm not sure I completely understand the question.
No, I feel
either.
I feel you. Yeah, we're gonna be all right though. Like this is everything I've considered when we're producing it is that like even though I've added a little bit more electronica and some sounds, I always know how to put it together for live. But the main core is still our 4 kind of band kind of guys. So I think Vertigo is gonna be our hardest one live, mainly because out of all the songs, we really overproduce the vocals. Like their vocals are really out there, like they're really clean and really big, and there's a lot of stuff going on, like whoa, wow, and then Sky's like singing this other part. I'm like, I said to Sky while we were doing it, I was like, who's singing all this like when we do this live, because we don't usually use backtracks. So I think what we're gonna do is you'll see what always is you get a recorded version of Sumo Cyco, and then you get like a little more raw version. So when you come and see us, you're going to see probably the boys doing whoa and her doing the vertigos and us singing the choruses instead of hearing, a girl harmony. You'll hear me singing, why is it, the same thing under her, which is in the recording, but just was low in the mix, So it'll just be it'll probably just sound even heavier, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like, I think working with Kane, obviously his priority is making the song sound the best recording, because he's not going to be on the road with us when we're playing live. Whereas when Matt produces, he knows what has to happen in the live show too. So it kind of changes a bit of the perception, I guess you could say, right? When you're producing, because you're kind of thinking in the back of your head, like, how am I going to do this when it comes to the live show?
By the way, your music ain't loud enough on Max. Casey Mosley. You're listening to it on Spotify, probably.
Oh, where are you listening to it, Casey? This is what Matt obsesses about all the time, is like the different platforms have different.
If you're listening on
ways
Spotify, nobody's music is right on Spotify. It's absolutely the worst place you could listen to music. I know it works, and I've listened to Spotify as well, but that's the only reason. That's the only platform I can think that you think that it's not loud enough, because it's actually screaming loud, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is a pretty loud.
Yeah, we were told that we had to actually turn it down, but in Spotify,
maybe it's just a compliment, like, I need my ears to bleed. That's what Casey says.
Okay. I appreciate it. I'm just saying, if anybody's a little Spotify.
Oh, Darren says there's a volume booster for Spotify.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you can. I know there's different.
I didn't know that existed.
I know there's different settings on Spotify. You can change qualities, trying to get the right quality. But no matter what, if you look up Spotify, what it does, Spotify, which is awesome. I know it's a great platform. I don't want to diss Spotify here because they help us as well. But because every single person is available to Spotify, every single artist, you could literally write a song on your iPhone or, on your computer or GarageBand and just put it on Spotify. Because of it, they have algorithms when it's processed and uploaded that basically take your mix no matter what you've done, and they crush it. They crush it like this so that it fits what's called negative 13 dB, lower than what you would hear on a CD or on vinyl. So it's actually
See how
about
technical it
13
gets here?
negative dBs lower on Spotify. And do yourself a favor. If you don't realize that, just listen to Spotify and then turn on your iTunes and just watch the difference in what you're about to hear, or any of the other ones. And I'm not trying to diss Spotify, but it's just the truth. So when I've read people that are saying, oh, the mix is muddy. I'm like, well, that's unfortunately that I blew it, I guess, a bit, because I don't care enough about Spotify. I should have thought about that more. I just made a mix that works for CDs and vinyl. And anyway, just check it out. You'll hear the difference either way.
Yeah. But yeah, Matt.
Next time I'll think about it.
Stuff.
I was like, man, I got to think about this. I literally have to start mixing and mastering separately for Spotify, because Spotify crushes the shit out of your mix and it actually screws the mix. I messaged a couple of my friends because they were like, oh, dude, I love the mix. And I was like, where are you listening to? They're like, Spotify. I'm like, dude, don't listen to my mix there. It's killing me even hearing it myself there, because it's some of the life.
People not to listen on Spotify.
Whatever.
Stefan, if you're wondering what the purple girl from No Surrender is, the younger version of her is in Bad News.
What? What is that? Say that again.
The younger version of the purple character from No Surrender is the kid in Bad News.
Really? See, this is what I mean, but I don't know what's going on. This guy just keeps telling me these ideas. I'm like, all right, it's cool. Yeah. That's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
You just made it.
And I already told them that we are going to give away.
Look at, they're like mind blown.
We're going to give away the poster, the family portrait from Bad News, to a lucky person today that's commented on our stream. Cool. We're just going to pick them randomly and we'll message you and get your address.
I love that idea. I like the idea that I didn't realize that. And that's a cool picture. I like the family portrait.
Yeah. Yeah. So
did you cut out the drawing of the family portrait in the video?
No, it's still there. It's in the background of every shot.
But did you cut out the close?
There isn't the close-up.
You took out the close? You didn't like your art enough?
No,
Sky drew it.
I painted it. I was telling them like moments before we were supposed to film, and Matt's like, Sky, are we ready yet? And I'm like, just drawing the taranot family for the wall. And Matt's like, I think we need to get up there and start filming.
Mary, happy birthday from Argentina.
Oh, hi, Mary. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I wish I could be in Argentina. Yeah, that's awesome. Where's the character connection video? Stefan really wants some Cyco lore. Well, I just got asked in an interview today about the Sumo Cyco comic book that I'd love to make down the line. So maybe that's something I should start working on once we've got the record in the clear.
We started talking about this when we first started the band. It wasn't a band, right? So the ideas was just music videos, songs. And Sky and I had a comic book, a graphic art comic book that we had the idea, everything laid out. And one time we even went to Value Village, bought all these costumes, and then Sky, we went and filmed her and shot her and everywhere, and we were going to do all these kind of like adjustments to the pictures to turn them into cartoon. And because we weren't far enough in the game of knowing how to use our computers to our benefits enough, we bailed on the idea. But it's still sitting there, and I think that's probably what most likely Sky will probably eventually attack. It was
called Adventures of Zombie Boy and Junk Girl. And
Sky rode a warthog as an animal, like a pet.
Yes, Junk Girl's pet
warthog. It was interesting.
Yeah, there were actually 2 boars, but one died.
Oh yeah, 2. What? See? Oh yeah, because you're wearing one of them, or you have one of them as a staff.
Yeah,
skull or something.
Yeah.
She had a lot of ridiculous ideas that I was like, where are we going to get the boars for? Anyway.
Yeah. Stefan, I would love to do a character Q&A video where we can go all into that, where Matt doesn't have to be involved because he doesn't care about that stuff. But
I care. I just don't care as much as her.
So, but yeah, it's been just so busy with the record release. But once the record comes out, I'll definitely do more stuff. And if you guys don't know, also on our store at sumocyco.com, I also recently added a bunch of individual items. So you can individually buy each patch, each button, each USB. So if some of that extra content of the USBs, like the behind the scenes look at the extra
Sever versus Boar. Yeah, that is a good idea. Like a big mean razorback versus you. Like you holding its tusks, like it's pushing you and you're pushing back. I got this.
Steve is wondering if these videos are inspired by They Live.
Oh, you know what? You know, that could be like that could be subconsciously for Sky. It's not like she like lives on They Live the movie, but it's funny, just before we started filming all this, I was on that site and bought 3 shirts from They Live for They Live, and none of them fit me because I'm too fat.
No.
No, I'm getting closer to wearing them, but they're like Chinese.
I think they look funny.
I guess I ordered them through China, and my size,
is
when it
one
says
size
large,
smaller.
it's not true. They're not large at all. They're like mediums at best. So I gotta like really figure out how I'm gonna fit into them. But I love it. I'm John Carpenter.
Where's that cheese?
That's Carpenter. Carpenter made that film. That movie has got a terrific ideas, total cult film, really cool stuff. Even the wrestling scene's all right, but the wrestling scene's what almost hurts. That movie would be bigger and more popular if that wrestling scene in the alley that took 15 minutes worth. It's like 9.5 minute long wrestling scene. That I think hurt the movie. But besides from that movie's a great movie. And yeah, I guess I was inspired in why I love the ideas, but I don't know if Sky, like that's where it came from originally.
No, so basically what happened is when we decided to do Love You Wrong, the video, I decided I didn't want to use the massive
big
masks
giant heads
because I wanted to have an intimate like love scene with these two characters. I felt like
like seeing his eyes, having a bit of emotion, expression in his face was really important to Sky. I hated it. I was like, I don't want this to happen. It's too time consuming, but I was completely wrong.
Right. And then so I looked online and I tried to find some prosthetics that I could get to kind of create that skull look. And so when I bought them, I thought, you know what, I'll buy like a bunch of these prosthetics because I never know what this character, how many times this character's going to be in video. So I have all these prosthetics that I've used. And then whenever there's been a scene where I want those kind of taranot, like they're kind of like a new school, like humanized taranot or like a human taranot hybrid, I guess you could call it. Whenever I use them, I just use the prosthetics, but I'm still keeping the bright colors, the way that the masks are all bright colors. And online, we always have our taranot mascot as different colors. So it just really spawned from there of just wanting that emotion and then using a skull prosthetic with a bright color as like a pop of color. And I also think it takes a little bit just to get into like a vibe here of Sumo Cyco is that Sumo Cyco is all about the bright, fun, exciting stuff, but with a twist in the dark kind of weird side. So having like a scary prosthetic that's meant when you do the makeup, most people, when they do a prosthetic like that, it looks really scary. But by adding the bright kind of like ridiculous, obnoxious colors, it kind of adds this like weird element to it that I think I love, like how you guys have mentioned a bunch of you about Bad News being like such a dark concept, but just having like a bright, colorful take on it. So I'm all about that, like sweet and sour, the mix.
They were saying they help you with the comic.
Oh, thanks, Stefan. That's sweet of you. Sever versus Wolves, a plural. Ooh, that sounds like a hard battle to fight, guys, but I'm up for it. We should make a workout video, Kitty says. That would be really fun. You know, it'd be really fun to do the Taranot family doing a workout video. And I'll just get Trozy and Oscar to like follow my lead. And
didn't we sort of do that? Didn't we have Trozy doing
Yeah, Trozy's lifting a weight.
Didn't you know Oscar's like checking that? Like no matter how wacky our little weird videos are, if you go back and watch a couple times, you'll see a lot of little details there. Oscar was on his game. Trozy were on their game. They did amazing Taranots.
Yeah. They're playing.
It was so funny. We had more. I kept telling this guy we ran out of. I'll be honest. I'm always honest. How about this is what I do? We ran out of time. I wanted to put the back behind the scenes. I wanted to actually put it on this video, like the way like National Lampoons and some of these comedies do, where they put the bloopers or some of the behind the scenes while the credits are going up. And because we're in COVID, it would have been like the credits: Sky Sweetenham, Sky Sweetenham, Sky Sweetenham, Sky Sweetenham, Sky Sweetenham, credit for this, credit this. And I thought that would be funny. And then it would be Matt Drake, and it would just be like the two of us and Fran Ludicar, and then the two band members. But it would be like basically a ton of credits with all our names. And beside it, you'd have the cut shots of all the bloopers that happened, and we just literally. It was just too time consuming. We just couldn't get to it. So I'll add it in the bloopers. But there's just a lot of fun stuff. Oscar especially. I feel like Oscar might want to just live in a dress. He's really likes having a dress. If you notice, especially when he's dancing, he's holding this thing like
having the best time.
He's at home in that dress. I'm telling you, he loves it.
Oscar and Troz were such great sports because I asked them, I said, hey guys, like, honestly, this makeup's going to take a long time to put on. It's going to be a bitch to take off.
Yeah.
Are you guys down with doing this for me? And literally they had like, you know, I didn't know how they were going to be as actors because we haven't done that much where they've had to like act. And I was like, you guys just gotta roll with the punches here with me because I didn't have enough time to really plan out all the shots. We were just kind of going with the flow on this one. So it was a lot of ad-libbing.
Yeah, we're just making up ideas and we're like, try this. That's why there's tons. It was funny when we started editing it before Sky could get to it. I just was like, I'm going to edit the band together and some shots just so you can get ahead of the game. And I was like, I'm like, we have so much fun footage that I could make a whole music video without the band, without anything, just out of these 3 characters. There's,
Steven keeps asking, did they feel horrible pain taking the prosthetics off because of that shot in the behind the scenes?
They weren't that bad. I didn't hear that.
They were, honestly, I gave them some of my like facial creams and like all my makeup removers and stuff that I didn't use on the set of No Surrender because I was at a location and not in my home bathroom. And I was like, here's all the cleansers and soaps you need. And I have a feeling that they like were so into like using all my stuff that they just like figured out how to take it off. But they were really good sports about it. I got to give them props because not all band members would be cool with doing all the ridiculous stuff that I asked them to do. Oscar just arrives at our house and I'm like, okay, this is your outfit. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm playing the mom.
Where's my phone? Hold on, I gotta show you.
I'm playing the mom. And I was like, yeah, and I got this wig for you. It's gonna be itchy. And he's just like, sure, whatever you got, I'm gonna do it. So gotta give a lot of love to those guys for being such good sports.
I don't know where I put it.
Hi, Carlos. Well, thanks for happy birthday from
That's
Uruguay. That's really cool that you found the band all the way out there. Wonder what the music scene is like out there. But yeah, would we consider doing a video with fans? We did this one video called Who Do You Want to Be Today? And we got fans to submit videos and then they were all displayed on a TV head of the character for Starla King. So you can check out that video on YouTube. But yeah, it'd be cool in the future to do another vid.
I lost my phone. Now that I threw it behind me,
Karma.
It's completely gone.
Karma. Yeah, so I have to think of another concept where I thought the concept of Who Do You Want to Be was like really a good way to like integrate all the different faces and like lip syncing of you guys into the video in like a creative way. So it wasn't just like, just like a screen and then just like random people singing. It was kind of like integrated into the character, which I thought was kind of cool. So I'd have to think of like brainstorm another way to like do something like that, Hopefully you find your phone
Anna.
soon.
Yeah, I'll find it, I promise. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully. Who cares? I'm so sick of cell phones these days.
Yeah.
Just attach it to my face like this. Put the cell phone right here because that's all it seems like it happens now. Like,
Savvy, I know. Danny
the
Elfman. So he's the singer of Oingo Boingo, if you don't know. And Danny Elfman also is a great composer and it's like the voice of Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas, which we were just listening
and compose all the music.
Yeah. So he's pretty awesome. But yes, he did just release a punk record.
Yeah, we haven't checked it out. We were just talking about that, right?
Yeah.
We were literally like, man, Danny Elfman just released a record on Epitaph. And that just, I mean, we just haven't had the time.
Yeah.
But I got to dive into that. It'll be really interesting to see how that sounds.
Tabby's wondering if there is a way to get more lore from Psycho City. So now I am pretty secretive about a lot of the issues, but the way to get the best stuff is those USBs that I just put on the store individually. So each one of those has a
Boingo rocks.
Yeah, a themed USB with 3 videos.
From 99WNRR. Sorry for interrupting, Sky.
Okay. And
I don't want anybody to fucking get upset.
So those USBs have like behind the scenes of different aspects. So I got the boys to do interviews like ourselves. Like we interviewed each other basically. And then I put a bunch of those clips in. And then in one case, I actually hired this like British like voice actor who sounds like a documentary filmmaker, and I had him like read
online.
I found
this guy online,
and I got him to read this script and like literally interview the character Goldie Malice and kind of come up with this like interview questions, and it's pretty ridiculous, but I love it, and you can find all that on the USB.
So weird.
Yeah, but yeah, it's something that I have always had to pivot with, but one of the things
you're using my word
pivot.
Pivot
is the word of the day.
You used it like 2 days in a row now. That's my word.
Stealing his words, guys.
Pivot,
oh my god!
Pivot.
Watch me say it. Pivot.
Somebody just blew their load the way he said it. Somebody was like, "Oh my god, she just said pivot." Ugh. Fuck. Give me a break.
Oh man.
Pivot.
Oh, jeez. Why does it sound so dirty right now? I don't know why. Maddie, say pivot to me. Slowly. Very slowly.
Slow. Make it with a French accent.
Oh my gosh.
You want to pivot. Fuck. How long are we going to stay on here doing this stupid stuff?
Oh man. That cracked me up.
Okay, we love you guys. We've been doing this. You want to? I guess we can stay on. It's your birthday. We're hanging. Cheers.
I feel like I need a top up on my wine.
Has everybody done us a favor and shared the video and spread the word? I know it seems like we say this a lot, but in this day and age, with what we're trying to accomplish, you know, it's this small, powerful family that we've created that helps get the word out. So if you can take 2 minutes and just share that video, let somebody else, some new person know to check us out, I would appreciate it. And then we'll get back to drinking right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had to burp. Excuse me.
Oh my god.
Excuse me again.
It reminds me of this one time, the pivot thing. Is that I had this joke with my friend about aubergines, which is like we in you know, North American culture, we call it like eggplants, and the eggplant emoji, everyone knows what that means, right? So, but because in UK it's called aubergine, but nobody says that over here, I would always joke with my girlfriend because she was like sexting this guy, and I was like, oh, more aubergines, and I just kept saying like, you should send him an aubergine, and like it just became a joke. So me and her were like laughing. It was like our inside joke. And then I finally met this guy that she'd been sexting with. Like we were at a wedding and I finally got to meet him, and I took him aside. I said, you know, tonight when you are back at the hotel with your girl, just whisper in her ear very sensually, aubergine. And she's just gonna lose it. And he did it. And she like texted me and she's like, what? How did he know to say it? And he was like, yeah, Sky told me to just say it to you. And she just lost it. I'm sure it ruined the moment, but it was a funny inside joke, just messing with them. But yeah, anyway, long story. So yeah, thank you guys again for all the birthday stuff. I'm gonna get Matt to get me another glass of wine.
Nice to see you. Well, not that I see you, but I'll get it for you. You relax. Say hi.
Yeah, I would just want to get closer to the charcuterie board. Cut some more cheese. But yeah, for those of you that may be just joining in, it's my birthday live stream today, and we are celebrating Bad News coming out and the album coming out on Friday. And I'm trying to get as many of you guys to pre-order the record, help us get those sales up. And we just spent a good, I would say like 5 days packing your orders.
Yeah. Do you know how much it cost us to ship that shit? It was like $7,000 or something. It's fucking like, how do we even make money when we have to send that much shit out? I was like, every time Sky told me how much more, I was like, what? Are we not making anything? What's the point of this stuff? Shipping costs a lot. We found this new company through the singer from Silverstein, actually.
If you guys haven't, Lead Singer Syndrome is a podcast with Shane Told from the band Silverstein.
What is all this weird stuff you're putting over here?
It's like the outside of the sausage. Excuse me.
You're not supposed to eat that? Oh no.
You can eat it if you want.
What's in my belly?
And we did a podcast together, and he was giving me tips about some of the shipping issues that us Canadians have because everything's so much more expensive. And so I tried using this new company, so hopefully it saved us a few bucks.
Yeah, hopefully. And there's tracking numbers this time, right?
You do pay for the shipping, but because of some of the issues that I've had, and especially a pre-order, I wanted to make sure a lot of you guys got tracked. So if any of you guys it's been like 2 weeks or whatever, you can hit me up and I can look up the tracking numbers for you. It didn't automate it, so that unfortunately it didn't send all of you the tracking automatically, which is really tough for me to go through like 700 orders and like specifically just copy code, send them, copy code, send them. So really, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, like obviously I assume everyone's going to get their orders in like a couple weeks and everyone will be happy. But if there's any real issues, you can always email the store.
And sometimes our shipping costs are estimates, remember? And then we find out later that they're a little more expensive than we realize.
Also,
that's
because
happened a bunch to us.
100.
No matter how much we organize, we're like, when we got this, there's always something new you're learning when you're growing in a business. So for us, we always think we're on it, and then we're like, bam, there's something that we didn't realize or didn't recognize. So that's happened quite a few times, even on this run, where we're like, fuck, we didn't think about that. That's going to cost us this much extra. That's the way it goes.
True, because all the items at the store are organized by weight. So I try to put in like as many accurate numbers as I can. But at the end of the day, packaging weighs more, putting in download cards weighs more, or like promo cards, or anything can make the weight go up and then cost more. And we just take on those costs because we're like, oh, we're not going to, make anybody pay more or whatever. We're just going to, take it into eat it. So anytime that we can figure out where there's a better system or faster system, because we're really, I found that unfortunately a lot of international fans, because it's so expensive for shipping, they can only get surface mail, and surface mail takes months. So I'm like, if I can find better ways to service you guys and make sure you guys get, packages faster and more accurately, and
the size is great.
More tracking, obviously it's better.
Yeah, it's the biggest grape ever. It's like bigger than my eyeball. Want to see this?
Brexit doesn't really affect us, Rob, because at the end of the day, we still have to ship for all the way overseas. I think it's more of like it was less duties and stuff when it was between UK and the EU. But since we've never been part of UK, obviously.
Brexit's going to screw us when we come to UK, and then we try to go to France or anywhere else. That's going to become a headache. At least we'll get through it, but it's going to be way harder than usual for us. I think I dropped a grape.
It did. It rolled by my foot. Did you guys, whenever you were little, did you ever do the Halloween game where someone peels grapes, puts them in a bowl, and then you're supposed to feel them with your hands?
Who
it's supposed
grapes?
to be eyeballs. It's for this thing at Halloween that I felt like was popular that everybody did at their Halloween party when I was a kid, where their mom would peel all their grapes, and then you'd put on blindfolds and you go to a room, and they'd be like, here, you're going to put your hands in eyeballs. And then you'd put your hands in peeled grapes, and you'd be like, oh, it's eyeballs. And then they'd be like, here, you're putting your hands in your brains. And then they'd have some Jello.
The grape is with your phone. Yeah, totally. They're hanging out together. So wait a second. This happened to you often? People peeled grapes to make eyeball feeling texture? Because, just so you know, from our typical Canadian lifestyles, I don't know anybody that ever had that kind of experience. In fact, the time consuming it must have taken to just peel a grape.
Honestly, no one ever had that happen, because I feel like
yeah, nobody ever did that. See?
No, Alex says eyeball grapes, spaghetti guts. Yeah, see, people did this. And it's just the way that people go bobbing for apples at Halloween. It was like when you're a kid.
Imagine having the time to peel grapes. Seriously, what the hell are you doing with your life that you have the time to peel grapes?
You don't need a lot of grapes. You just need a few to make it feel like there's some eyeballs in there.
I found the grape. Now,
David, do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. We believe you. Jason didn't party with the same people. I don't know. Oh, Savvy says it was her childhood. Party.
Bitch, that was my childhood. She didn't just. Bitch, that was my childhood. Whoa. I apparently
did it in elementary school. I know.
I apparently missed out on the grape peeling eyeballs section of life.
Is this something that happened to us who grew up in the late 90s, early 2000s, or this just doesn't happen
it's
anymore?
Only the
no
Gen
one
X.
peels
Gen
grapes.
X. You're a Gen X. So that's what it is. Or is it Gen X, or are you a millennial?
I'm a millennial.
You're a millennial. It's the millennials. Millennials, again with you. This is what I mean. Your parents coddled you. They peeled your grapes for you millennials. And then you touched the eyeballs. Nobody else did that.
Nobody ate them after everyone touched them. It's not like you just start popping them in your mouth. It's only for the Halloween effect of feeling like you're blindfolded and you're touching body parts. But it's kind of weird, isn't it? Halloween's such a weird holiday because you do so many things that are so gory that in normal context would be really weird. Why are you wanting to touch people's eyeballs?
I remember one time in grade 10 science class, Mr. Bustos was making us dissect cow eyes. And I remember a guy in my class that ate that cow eye. And I was like, man, he's the best.
He ate it?
Yeah, we all dared him to. He was just that guy in the school that was like, no problem. Boom. And what's crazy about those eyeballs is it's these thick. They're thick eyeballs.
And they pop in your mouth.
Yeah, and they have you cut the back open. So because you're supposed to let all this shit ooze out, and he just he's the man. Legendary.
Oh man, Victor Breeze bringing up contrast. I love that video for dance.
I'm liking contrast.
If you haven't
we didn't
seen
know who they
video,
were until we signed with Napalm. We started checking it out, and that song "Dance" is the video's amazing.
The video's awesome.
Perfect example of a band that I probably wouldn't have checked out if the video wasn't good enough. And then by the time the video's done, I loved the song. I thought it was great. Perfect example.
Yeah. Grape expectations. Did that one kid lick all the peeled grapes after the game was over? I'm sure one of those that same kid that ate the eyeball was probably going in there going like, ooh, I'm gonna eat all this stuff. Oop.
What came out of that?
It was just a piece of the cracker that fell down.
What kind of cracker is it? What is all this stuff?
It's all fruit inside of it. It's not a Matt Drake cracker.
This is not a normal cracker. This isn't even considered a cracker. This is dried fruit, basically.
Adam, you ate a frog in school?
No. Was it alive or a dead frog?
Adam said, I did that with a frog in school. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. If you touched it, like the eyeballs, or if you ate it.
Like did you eat the frog? Like, I don't. Wow.
Oh, man. The same kid that ate paste, like glue.
We all ate paste.
No, I was not the kid that ate paste. You were probably the kid that ate paste.
I loved paste. It was delicious.
Ew. Disgusting. Oh my God. What's the weirdest thing you ate when you were a kid that you can remember? That you put in your mouth and you're like, oh.
One time I was at this construction site and I was like probably like 10 years old and I was with these two other kids and it was like we were super young and we every 10-year-old will, or 11 or 12, whatever, will break into any kind of construction site or anywhere they can play on extremely dangerous equipment, and they'll do it like later in the evening. And I found what looked like a 40 of beer, but it was piss. And, and all three of us tried it.
I've never heard this story.
So gross that we were all just like, oh, look at this. We were like, we were 12. We were like, look at this beer. Look at this beer. And then we were all trying to dare each other, and we never tasted beer or whatever. So we tried it, and we were like, this is fucking gross. We were spitting it out. And I was like, man, I think this is piss.
Oh my God, that is so gross.
You asked me.
I did not expect that as an answer. Wow, I still learned something about this guy.
I ate paint chips as a kid. I've never understood what paint chips are. Like, is it like paint that just dried off, fell over, and it's like a chip? Like, so you eat it? Is that what you mean? Like dried paint chips on the floor? What does paint chips mean? Like, is there a bag of chips the way I buy Doritos, but it's paint? It's dried chips? I don't know.
Eloise ate poison 3 times? Like, what poison was so delicious that you kept going back?
Yeah, why did you after the second time where you're like, I don't think I should do this? Somebody asked me if I ever ate poo. Don't you think that would be worse than the pee? I would have brought that up if somebody said, what's the worst story? I would have said the poo one first.
Oh my
Give me a break.
God.
Use your brain. Of course I didn't eat poo. I drank piss. Huge difference.
And it was only because he thought he was going to get drunk.
I thought I was going to get a beer at 10 years old. And you know what? If you think about it now, those construction guys knew somebody was going to come in there and do exactly what happened.
Really?
You
think they're that
they were like,
cruel?
oh, and then we'll put it right here in some stupid... Do you understand what kids do when they're 10? They want to break into these places so they can climb all over this shit. It was really dumb of me anyways.
Oh my God. Wow. Well, I can't beat that, so I don't know what to say. That's pretty bad. That would make me puke, I think.
Adam Deere said he got to eat. Did you say you actually ate it or just dared? Because if you're just saying you were dared to but didn't do it, then that doesn't count. He said he ate a leg from a frog.
Yeah. Well, frog's legs is a thing. It's not like it's not a thing.
Raw frog legs?
Not
is
raw.
a thing?
Not raw, but people do eat frog's legs. Oh, man. Okay. Wow. Okay.
I left for 1 second. I come back into the poop talk.
Oh, man. I feel sorry for you. Yeah.
You asked me what the grossest thing was that I probably tasted.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, do you guys have any questions about the record release or anything to do with that so we can get off this topic of Matt drinking piss? Because I'd really like
one time, one sip, knew something was wrong as soon as I tasted it to my lips. Anyways. One
I
time I
needed a
also
sip of
drank.
that
One
wine.
time I've had, and then the other gross one that happens
There we
is
go.
that when you drink, you think you grabbed your bottle of beer at like a outdoor patio, and you grab somebody else's, and there's like a cigarette butt in it. That sucks as well. And the worst is when you swallow the cigarette butt, where you're like, oh, what was that? And then you taste tobacco.
Oh,
You
that's
taste tobacco.
disgusting.
That's nasty.
Oh, that's so disgusting. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do like, I don't know if this is a thing, but I'm gonna go over to YouTube and I'm gonna go to bad news and I'm gonna just type in. I'm just gonna type in something like some random comment and you guys can like write back to it. And I just want to see how many of you like meet me over there.
What are you doing right now? I'm missing you the point of this cheese just stinks. It smells just like
Well,
that
bring it over
bottle
to my side because I'll eat that.
Yes, some stinky stuff.
Bring it over here. I'll have it on my side. Okay, I'll tell you when I've entered in the comment and then you guys can. Oh, there we go. See, that's a little easier to type. Okay. All right. So, if you notice in the excuse me, in the video, some of the characters are eating eyeballs. The taranot family are eating like eyeballs in their dinner. And I thought it kind of like reminded me of what Matt was talking about, the guy eating the bull's eyeball. So I'm just going to be like, hey, Cyco train, what's up? And if you could just write back to that comment and just be like, just say hi or hashtag your chicken wings and top hats or give a like or say what you think about the video. Or mention something that we've referenced in this live stream to confuse everybody. There, I just commented. I'm just gonna see how many of you guys comment over there, just for fun. And I am just going to quickly go through some comments. Please, Joshua, that sounds terrible. No used tampons or anything in my beer. Thank you. Drank a fly. That's that's okay. I actually, bugs to me, I feel like could be the future of protein in the future when we, when we need to. But I don't know. I've only eaten a few bugs in my time. So please start selling the current necklace you are wearing. Oh, I wish I could. Or this one? I have some bar necklaces that I wrote lyrics on that were at the store for a while. I should do more, but I did have some lyric necklaces that looked exactly like this that had Fighter and Undefeated written on them. So I'm happy to do that. And I also noticed a lot of you guys were requesting bad news merch because of all the cool bad news outfits that I custom made for the boys. But I think if you guys are down with that, I was going to maybe do just like a black shirt with a bunch of bad news just like written all over it.
I like the one that does this, like my sweater.
Oh, just comes down the side, like in the front?
Bad news.
And then the back would just be bad news all the way down? Okay.
No, just one.
Just one big bad news?
Bad news the way I have it.
What do you guys think?
Dude, I walked in to get those boxes. You know what the first guy just goes, bad news. He's like talking about it, my sweater. I was
on your sweater?
Yeah. It happened like a couple times while I was out.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
It's tasteful.
Cool. But yeah, if you guys have any other merch ideas and stuff, that's cool because I'm going to start kind of brainstorming now that we finally got the record out for like the next phase of merch stuff. And I was about to say, I think we got into the other topic, but not only are those USBs available on the store now, but I've also added Not Sorry sorority skirts. I've added, which are left over from when the girls were here filming the video Run with Giants. I've added the Assassiners jean jacket, the big patches, the Goldie Malice earrings. So I've added like a lot of different things on the store as individual items. You guys can check it out. Harvey wants a t-shirt that just says pivot.
That's great. You know you want to pivot.
I feel like there's so many little inside jokes that we make on these live streams, like the top hats and chicken wings and like pivot, that I would like make them into shirts, and then like no one else in the world would possibly know why you have chicken wings and a top hat on your shirt or why you have the word pivot on your shirt, but then just
that's why
small little cooler. Community would know.
That's why it's cooler.
One person, I think it was was it Stefan that said that, you know, for the versus shirts that I said they should do Sever versus Metal Elitist.
Right, like you're like fighting
Fighting them.
black metal guy, like
Yeah.
some black metal makeup and weighs 300 pounds or something. Has really long hair, but he's bald. He's bald right here at the same time.
Is that the stereotype?
Well, you know, there's a certain guy when they get that nasty that you just go, I better start.
That they're just sitting, commenting back to things. I don't know.
This kind of person. Everybody's allowed to look the way they want. I don't really care, actually.
Bernice, are you gonna have socks for other clubs? Maybe in the future. Right now, we have a lot of Not Sorry Sorority inventory left, so I gotta move some of those. I was also thinking, I don't know if you guys know this. In the movie Tank Girl, which is one of my favorite comics, and also love the movie as well, although critics didn't like it, story of my life, but I love it. In the movie, Lori Petty kills it. I love the movie so much. And one of the things they did stylistically is,
are you supposed to eat this part? See this?
You can,
hard part?
but I don't like it as much. I like the soft part.
Yeah, totally.
Is Lori Petty wears, which I believe are cut off tube socks on her arms. And ever since I was young, I've had eczema in right here. And so as soon as I saw that style, when I watched Lori Petty, I was like, oh my God, that's cool. When my eczema flares up, I could put in my armbands that kind of just go like, I know for a while it was like cool to wear like different types of armbands that were kind of longer and stuff on your arm, but there was this like specific look of like a cut off tube sock that would kind of just look like you have elbow pads on, like you're a roller derby girl or something. And as soon as I saw that style, I'm like, I love that. I love that. And I started wearing it. And you'll notice a lot of my videos, including Bystander, I'm a metal
elitist that love your music. Yay! Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
And I started wearing those like on stage. I will wear them like they're just like a cool fashion thing to me. So I thought with the Not Sorry Sorority socks, they literally have the same pink with white stripe design that I wear in Bystander. So I thought it would be really cool if any of you guys buy the socks and like cut off the foot. You can still wear the foot as like a short sock and then have the top part of the tube sock on your arm. And it looks exactly like how I wore in Bystander. And it's also an ode to one of my favorite movies, Tank Girl, and is also a way of me managing my horrible eczema when it flares up.
Tank Girl is not only amazing for a movie, but if you take a 2 minutes and check out the soundtrack, it has an amazing soundtrack on that film too. Lots of cool punk bands. One of the best tracks is on Face to Face. Faces on there. Face to Face, Face to Face.
That's cool, Savvy. That's awesome to hear that. That's kind of the stuff that you would pay attention to too, because I feel like sometimes, you know, other people don't necessarily know all these references that I kind of take for granted, that it's like, oh, of course that's from Tank Girl. But a lot of people may have not seen that movie or don't know that's where I've kind of got the reference from. Like even the Target tattoo on my back, that's a little bit kind of an ode to Tank Girl. So like all these different things kind of are big influence. Obviously Sound Soldier.
Who doesn't love seeing Ice-T as a kangaroo?
I don't know. Who doesn't? This Tabby's wondering which album was the hardest to mix, and it's definitely this one. He's always getting better and better and better and better, and he put a lot of work into this mix.
Technically, I'm not really good at what I do. I'm okay.
What are you talking about?
What I mean is this. I know there's like we could easily spend more and more and always get it mixed by somebody else and this and that. And we wanted to try and work with Kane, but through COVID, we were like, that's pretty impossible. But I love doing it anyway. So I'm like, I also believe in this kind of DIY world that if you spend too much making that record, it'll never pay off for you, where you can't get, because you just spent too much making it. And you know, so for me, we try to do it as DIY as possible. So I'm always learning. I'm always getting better. I'd like to think this one was my hardest because I like try to push myself even further, but I'm really excited, to be honest, even though I'm really excited about all these songs, because we've had them, we've been working on them for 1.5 years or more, 2 years. I'm actually really excited to actually just get back into the studio and write new songs right now, and actually get a couple new songs done that I've started working on riffs, because I think they're going to make them. I think they're going to make this one sound. I just feel like the new ones are going to sound even better. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. What about some type of hat or beanie? It's always a struggle to find something worth wearing all the time. We do have some colorful beanies available at the UK store. I'm not sure where you live, but we do have some extra ones left over from tour that are for sale there. I think we still have the very limited lilac and lime green versions as well as black. So you can check that out there, and we'll probably be making some more soon, but trying to get rid of those ones first. And
do we have beanies stuck in the States still, or no? That's just in UK.
Yeah, I think just in UK. We might have a few still.
We have some merch stuck in the States from the last tour. Because of COVID, our borders closed down. We can't get some of our merch over there. We'll get it eventually.
Mm-hmm. And Leopoldo is wondering if a digital download will be available on our site. Unfortunately, now because of signing with Napalm, we can no longer do direct transactions of the music directly to us. I have to kind of go through them, so that's why we always use a third party now. So there's not going to be digital downloads on our site for the new record, but there is for the other records that we've released so far. And I just saw somebody write something and then it just went away.
Happy birthday, Sky!
Oh, thanks, Maddie. I know I should keep up with you.
Come on.
Okay, Eric was asking about trading cards. That is an idea I've been thinking about, especially with this new phenomenon of NFTs. I thought it would be really cool to do all the different characters.
This NFT stuff, I'm not about to dive in here. Sorry to interrupt, gorgeous, but I mean, like, what the hell's going on here? All I keep reading about is like people paying for this thing and it doesn't exist. And I'm like, what the hell?
It does exist. It's just digital.
But it doesn't then.
Digital things exist, Matt. We're digitally talking to people right now.
All right.
I'm just saying that I was thinking about doing each character having like its own virtual trading card, but also you could print them as well. You could issue it where someone buys the NFT and they have the original version, and then you do like, 20 other versions that aren't as expensive as the OG version.
What does NFT stand for?
Non-fungible token. Fungible is a funny word, but it actually...
Fungible?
Yes.
What the fuck is going on with this world, man? We started making up more words. It's non-fungible. Fungible.
Yes. Man. If you guys don't know what an NFT is, it's basically like a new blockchain technology, the same way that like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is, but it's for like art.
Hey, it's Kat's birthday in the UK. I don't know if Kat's with us. I think she just said she had to go to work, didn't she? But either that, it's happy birthday, Kat. In case
happy
you watch
birthday,
the rest of
Kat.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, there is a UK store, if you guys aren't aware, that has a lot of merch left from our last tours when we were over there, as well as some print to order items. So there's a link if you go to sumocyco.com. and you go into the merch section, it'll say like UK store, where everything ships directly from UK. So shipping will be cheaper if you're in EU or UK, and also will reach you faster.
It'll all be fungible. I
know it sounds terrible, but it's a real thing.
It looks like
Woke Santa says fungible is Latin for pivot.
I like to fungible.
Yeah. So non-fungible taranauts. Yeah, exactly. Any band you want to pivot with, Matt?
I like the word fungible.
Yeah. So anyway, but no, making like real trading cards. There is the USBs. Like, can you go grab them? Do you know where they went? They actually look like they're actual like a baseball trading card. And then
I feel like you've been asking me to go do a lot of things today.
I only have one day to boss them around, guys. It's my birthday. I got to take advantage of it, right? What is your like birthday thing? Like when you have a birthday, is there like something that you like?
Mine is going to the Brazilian steakhouse.
Yes, that's
where I can eat as much steak as possible.
So these are our USBs. I'm going to take them out of their packaging because
they're shiny if you don't.
Yeah, we're literally almost sold out of the other ones. The Anonymous 9 unfortunately is sold out, but so this is like what the USBs look like, right? So it doesn't even look like USB. It just looks like a trading card with our album titles on the back right here. And then this little piece pops out, like if I can do it without, there you go. Then that little piece pops out into your computer, and then you can pop it out of the USB, just plug it in, and then you have this like collectibles piece while you're listening to it. But Yeah. So they're really cool. We got them done with Rob from Uptown Recording, and Francesca helped design these. And I kind of gave her my 2 cents on what, the lore is about our different gangs. And for instance, Goldie Malice has a credit card, obviously, because she's a business boss. And then Assassiners is a toe tag. So the toe tag that would be on the deceased tragic who tragically died in Love You Wrong.
Oh, Jenny says on her birthday she's usually in Morocco and the fingers are crossed she gets to get there. Oh, I hope good for you too. If you can
Student ID card.
I'd love to go to Morocco.
Swipe it.
Swipe that.
But yeah, so these have, like I said, the full album on them plus 3 exclusive videos on each one that I don't know how I got all this done this past month. But yeah, I edited a total of 12 videos that are on all these USBs between all of them. So a lot of fun I had. Matt helped. Matt helped.
About 7 or 8 of them I actually.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I did 12 videos, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I forgot my partner beside me did 8 of them.
You did. You helped 100%. You did.
Yeah,
but then I edited your edits. More calendars. Yeah. For next year. Glory is Goldie's daughter.
Did you see those walnuts on the far end over there?
I did see them. The pecans.
Oh, is that what they are?
Be at the beach and drink. Sounds like a good birthday. What does the barcode scan as? I have no idea. I have to ask Francesca. Oops. Well, there actually isn't a barcode on it.
I think.
You mean that the black? Oh, unfortunately, I don't think it scans, my dear. I think it's just a black line to make it look like it. That's why you thought trading cards, 100%. I feel like a new song and video for Pivot on the next album entitled Fungible. I feel a new song and video.
We should just name the next record Fungible.
Or Pivot.
It should be NFT. Fungible? Question mark? Fungible?
Are you guys gamers?
Stupid?
Or just movie people?
Hi, Coma. The dog's like locked over there. She doesn't know how to get back over.
Coma pivoted herself. So she's literally, her head's right beside the screen. So she's like, look at me.
But she can't get through the spot.
But she
feels trapped.
I'll show you. Hold on, I'm going to unplug this computer.
Careful while you pivot the computer.
Homie. Say hi, honey.
Speak. What?
Speak. Don't eat the cheese.
I don't want to be that people that are like, oh, watch.
Look at my dog. She's so
look,
cute.
It's been 2 hours or something. I didn't know we were going to be hanging out this long, but I always enjoy it. And if we're going to keep going, then should I just keep drinking? What's going to happen here?
Well,
I feel like I'm pretty buzzed already, to be honest. It's happened pretty quick. It's because I haven't eaten today.
Yeah, we haven't.
Charcuterie
board.
That thing.
But honestly, guys, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes, all the love, for spreading the word about Bad News, for pre-ordering the record. Honestly, we could have not done it without you. I don't think the industry would listen to us if we didn't have an army of psychos behind us, because you literally make the difference between us, having a voice, because all our voices combined mean so much more than just, our little band. So it means so much more to us. And, sincerely thank you. I was emotional the other night because I was so stressed getting all your orders packaged, and I still have a couple more I've got to go through and make sure everything's working okay and send away some stuff. But I was just like, man, this is hard work. It's 5 days in between editing the video, I'm packaging, I'm giving directions to Matt to do all this stuff, and Oscar came over to help for a bit. And just trying to make it all work and try to get it in on time. And then I just gave myself, after it was 4 a.m., I was like, I'm just going to put on her album and actually celebrate the fact that this many people actually want to buy it from us, that I'm so stressed trying to get all of them fulfilled, that it's a good problem to have when you're drowning. That's crazy, Jenna. That's crazy,
That's
Jenna.
awesome, Jenna. That's a cool story.
Yeah. It's so crazy that I'm surrounded in boxes with CDs flying everywhere and vinyl. And I'm like, this is insane that I'm actually I'm so stressed I forget to realize how cool it is that this many people actually care about what we do, that I'm personally, you know, able to package all these orders and do this crazy art. Like, think of how crazy it sounds when I talk about some of these weird concepts I've come up with, and that you guys actually understand and want to understand what we're doing. It's so crazy cool. And it just warms my heart to know, you know, that you guys care enough to spend your hard-earned money waiting 2 years, 2 whole years just to get this record, and have enough faith to pre-order even without hearing the music, you know, knowing that you are going to love it. And I really hope you do. It's so exciting to me. So thank you guys so much. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, it means so much. And this record has really helped us get through this tough time ourselves. And I hope that it can help you guys, because we're not quite through the woods yet. So
we're not even close to the woods right now. In fact, our management and like the label have all asked us to like try to start doing this, kind of coming up with this live stream event of some sort, the way we've kind of not done for the past year. But unfortunately, we're on lockdown till like May 20th, so we have to
at least they might even extend it.
Yeah, we have to work it out with our band members and quarantine again and try to figure all that out. So it's been a bit of a headache. This lockdown has not been easy here, that's for sure. And I hope everybody, you know, stay safe out there, and good luck on making sure that it's, you know, you don't get into another wave of it. You know, try and be responsible at least. You know, I know everybody's being vaccinated, but
if you want the live shows to come back, we need
be responsible. Just try to be responsible. You know, there's that big video about a week ago that like Madball played in New York, and it was like 3,000 people, the moshing, it all looked amazing. And I saw some people start promoting like, oh, this is so cool, it's come back. And now there's like a lawsuit going on and all this investigation because it wasn't actually planned properly. And I just don't think that's necessarily responsible. And I just want to make sure that everybody's being healthy. So
we want to get back
safe.
out there.
We want to
really
get on the
badly.
road, you know?
Yeah, we do.
And there's like whatever this sauce is that you have over there, there's a dog hair in it, just so you know. I can see the dog hair from here. And that is, or your own hair.
It's my own hair. It's too long to be a dog hair. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
So before we go though,
what else do you want to say?
Are we getting together on Friday evening? Is that a plan? Do you want to do that?
Sure.
Would you like to do that?
I'm in. Are you guys in?
What are we going to do? Just get drunk and dance to the music?
We're going to turn on the record and you're going to see some weird dance moves. We're going to chat in between songs about what the songs mean or how the process was writing them or whatever.
Right.
And we'll have a night out of it. And if you guys are down, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
It's like a release day.
What are you thinking? Like for their time? 8-ish, 9-ish, 10-ish?
I would say we should start a little earlier than we did today, just because we have so many international fans that are up really late right now. What time? Like, you guys are probably
What's good?
Close to bedtime.
What's good time-wise for everybody?
I'm going to say if we do about 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock? What time does that bring it to for everyone? Maybe like 8 o'clock. That's 8 o'clock for everybody out there in UK world. And then 9 o'clock for people further into EU.
Somewhere around there. But it seems like we're getting a lot of people saying we're down, we're down, we're down, we're down, we're down. Sky, bringing back somebody wants me to sing happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Sky, happy birthday to you, I love you.
The songs are going to be
on
on
Spotify.
Spotify.
Like, it's me by myself. Like, how many times do you need to write that? Give me a fucking break.
You know, my aunt
Jesus
sang me
Christ.
a really creepy version of happy birthday today, and I love it.
She what?
My Aunt Hillary, she put like, you know, the emoji where you have the skull face. She put this skull face emoji and she sang happy birthday like in character of a scary skull. She's like, happy birthday.
That's great.
It was really good.
Cool.
Okay. Well, I love you guys.
We'll
I miss
pick
you.
a date. We'll pick an hour or something and we'll get together. Wait, how about we try this? Does everybody feel that you could dress as some kind of a Sumo Cyco character on Friday?
Well, how are we going to see them?
If we did it on Zoom.
But then we only have 100 spots.
Oh, you're only allowed 100 spots.
Mhm.
Okay. X-Day my idea.
Yeah.
We're going to try and get the other site set up so we can do properly.
Across all streams,
Okay.
across all platforms.
Okay.
We're going to try it. We're going to do some research and we're going to come back to you with a time approximately around the evening for UK, early evening for US, Canada. And we're going to come up with where you can find this link and we're going to do a little announcement and I'm going to figure it out. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, meet you guys back.
Thank you
Friday
so much
evening.
for hanging with us and giving us somebody to talk to. It's been nice, and it's nice seeing so many people hang out with us. And we love you guys, and thank you for being patient with us, trying to get all our deliveries out for everybody. Hopefully, you're gonna like the record when it comes out, and we'll see you in a couple days. We'll do this again.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
And happy birthday, Sky. We love you.
Aw, thanks, baby. Okay, love you guys. See you Friday.
Bye.
Watch the video. Watch the video.
Spread the video.
Spread the word.
Let people
Pre-order,
know.
pre-order,
May
pre-order. Go
7th.
to iTunes. Go to everywhere. Pre-order. Save. Go. I love you.